What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Rumble subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with an episode as the Just Chillin podcast call-in show. Shout out to everybody in here. We got Big Blue in the Bronx. Alex, what's up, man? Hey, this is the first time I think Alex is in here this early. What up, man? How you doing? Bark Nasty, Big Play, Slay, Jaden, the Champ, Sugar, Tots, Wolves, Edward Chan, Evan Spitzberg, Yuvraj saying, hey, King Sean in here as well. What up, guys? How y'all doing here? Thank you for tuning in. It was an interesting day. First, Todd Davis retired after we signed him literally a couple days ago. Then a couple minutes after Todd Davis retires, Kenny Galladay leaves practice. What seems to be a minor hamstring injury. And then a couple minutes after that, there's a big Giants brawl. What a very fun day for the first full padded practice of training camp. I'm sure you guys have a lot to say. Real quick, my thoughts on the big story, which was the brawl. And apparently this is an unpopular opinion because the video I have up on it, let me check last night. Last time I checked, it had like 20 dislikes, which is a lot. Right now it has 36 Jesus Christ. I guess a lot of people don't agree with me because what I said in that video was part of me was kind of happy that a brawl happened in a weird way because it showed how ready this team was ready to get back to playing football, in my opinion, one. And two, the reason it started in the first place showed how they have each other's backs on the team, specifically on the offense and defense, the two sides of the ball, you know what I mean? So basically it started with a late hit on Corey Clement. Evan Ingram went in and he basically took a shot at Logan Ryan, who had the late hit. And then the defense came in and defended Logan Ryan. Then everybody came in. So it's like two sides were just defending each other. So I was like, that just shows really nice brotherhood, in my opinion. And it shows that they're nice. They're ready to play for each other. And they got a strong bond. What up, Tracy, Logan, Joseph, Giants Opinion Sports in here as well for the new guys that are popping in. That's basically what I said in the video. That wasn't the entirety of the video. I mean, most of the video was kind of giving you all the rundown of what happened. So that's why the only thing I could pick out is to 36 people disliking it, I guess, was that. But I'm going to go ahead and say I'm probably in the minority when it comes to that opinion. But hey, that's the point to call in. And the chat, I'll get to see and hear y'all opinion. So that being said, let me get the first person on, which is Mike Nixon. Of course, if you're a member, the link is already up. Mike's going to come on. If no other member pops on, then I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys. Thrill Clowns, welcome in, man. And, yeah, let's see exactly. And it shows toughness to the players as well, Raj. I agree with that. It's, in my opinion, it's part of football. But, Mike, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. And you're not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
I mean, I'm just surprised that so... I don't think I've ever had a video that had that many dislikes, yo. I'll be honest with you.
I love it. It shows how feisty we are.
Mm-hmm.
And and it shows, like you said, we're ready because in the season they're gonna have each other's backs.
That was the thing that the first thing I heard when I heard about the brawl. That was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh, that means they were probably defending each other or something like that.
Yeah. And afterwards, Corey Clement said Logan Ryan and Evan Ingram were laughing it off in the locker room.
Also, Logan Ryan put up a tweet today about because Daniel Jones, that was another big part of the story. He ended up on the bottom of basically the dog pile. He posted a GIF of a coach that was just walking in the locker room laughing, dapping up his players, saying this was Daniel walking into the locker room afterwards because it's all cool. They're all cool with each other. And real quick, Giant Opinion Sports. Man, he had 70 dislikes on his video because the brawl highlights weren't in it. People are weak. People are weird, bro. There's not even any footage of brawl in the first place because the beat reporters just aren't allowed to film anything.
All right. So I believe it was Dan Duggan. He posted a 1-second clip of the hit that started it all.
Because I think that hit, the Giants actually put in the highlights from today. And they cut it right before the brawl starts.
Yeah. So I mean, I just love it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when I played, I got into a couple scuffles after camp
And for those of you that
during
don't
camp,
know, Mike is currently a coach as well.
hmm and right afterwards we held it out.
Mm-hmm. It's just
And
part of football, in my opinion. That's just me.
yeah, yeah, it's all part of training camp.
Mm-hmm. And the thing
But
is, even though they were going against each other, first of all, for the guys that defended each other, for the offensive guys that stuck together and the defensive guys that stuck together, they had to have a great bond for them to even defend each other in the first place. But now it's even stronger after that. And the fact that
hmm
I mean, in my opinion, I didn't have any doubts that the offense and defense were cool with each other. I didn't have any doubts that Ingram and Ryan
yeah,
were cool or that Daniel and the rest of the team were cool. But for anybody that did, they're all chill, man. They're just chilling. Shout out to the podcast name. They're all good with each other. It's just
mhm.
like, what I'm saying? First day back in pads, these guys were itching. It's very clear. So anxious, so excited to get back in it. And they were just waiting to get back to actual football. That's what it was, I think.
I just can't wait to hear what Judge has to say
I'll say this.
about
A shout out to Calvin in here. And Giants Opinion Sports says, if Jones threw hands, I'd love it. I mean, we don't know if he threw hands, but he was involved. You know what I'm saying? Because the reporters
he
asked
was,
him why he got involved.
and he said because he's part of the team.
And you know
And
how much respect that probably earned him in the locker room. Like, we already know the locker room respects him a lot because he's a good leader. But the fact that he's like, I'm part of the team, I'm not separate from them, I'm gonna get in with it. Like, that goes a long way.
yeah,
And then Calvin says
I,
stuff like that bonds a team together. They need more of that in the NFC West. Well, I don't know how many brawls happen in every training camp every year, but I definitely agree with the first part. Yeah, it bonds the team together.
it definitely does.
Mike, I gotta
I'm,
ask you because yeah, go ahead.
hold on. I have a quick little joke.
Yeah,
I can't even believe that Evan Ingram
was the start of it, right?
connected with the push.
Listen. He always had good hand-eye coordination. I think it's just that his hands were always slippery.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
I mean, I even threw in a
hey,
last-minute joke in the skit today, that I put out where I was like, Evan Ingram was the cause, and then I started crying in the skit.
but uh, supposedly I'm not gonna buy into it until he
Into what?
proves me wrong. But Evan Ingram has been a standout so far in camp.
He has. He's That's
And
one name on the offense that so far has been consistently called.
and he even pancaked a couple people today.
He did? Who?
No names were given, but I forget what tweet it was. But he said he had a couple pancake blocks today.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he's improving every day.
Oh, John Speed Sports bringing up a good name. If you want to talk about a standout specifically today, I saw David Sills all over the place today.
Yeah, he had at least 2 touchdowns today.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't wait for preseason, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
I gotta ask you, Bobby, because I don't think I've ever asked you from a coach's perspective. Well, like just from a
Bob,
coach's perspective, what do you think so far about training camp and stuff?
call me Bobby.
You know why? Because I just saw Bobby popped in the background. Mike, obviously. Also, shout out to Wild Child, State Arpleton in the chat, and Evan Ingram himself is in here. Hello, Evan Ingram.
Repeat the question again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I ever asked you from a coach's perspective, just generally anything. So, from your coaching self, Mike, put yourself in coach mode. What do you think about training camp so far? It could be specifically today or the whole thing.
Uh, I I usually don't like buy into training camp. I mean, it's good
Mm-hmm.
that it's good with the standouts and everything. But
Speaking of
like,
standouts, Edward let me know that Pancake Brown. I mean, that should happen. There's a huge size difference between them.
yeah,
And then he said Shepard burned Holmes, which I saw a highlight of. Yeah, Shepard got great separation. Hey, shout out
yeah,
to Joel in here. What up, man? How you doing? It's been a minute. And Kenny Galladay.
he's got to call in.
He's got to.
It's a
He's got
given
to. Yeah.
because he hasn't been on the last few streams.
He's been chilling, enjoying his summer.
I know. Uh, anyway, I just I it's good with the standouts and everything, but I personally want to see it in a game. You know what I mean? Preseason,
Mm-hmm.
but and but I mean the offense really clicked today.
Today was the offense's best day so far, which I told you. I can't remember if it was. I think it was. I told you guys last week's episode of Young Guns, where I was like, I'm not worried about the offense at all because one, it's still very early, and two, at that point they were
Yeah.
playing with like half of the starting offensive line. So
You know what? Entertainer put up a cheat today that made me laugh. He said, "Now he now he can't wait for everybody to say, oh, I'm worried about the defense."
mm-hmm. I mean, it's gonna
Yeah,
be give and take, right? I mean that's what we were wondering last year. Remember that one? What was it? It was like a fake game they played where Lorenzo had
yeah,
like 5 sacks, and we're like, does that mean he's good or does that mean the line is bad? And so yeah,
and it kind of showed that the
mm-hmm,
line was,
mm-hmm.
but to, but today in particular, uh, I believe it was on another catch by Corey Clement where they said the offensive line that had a good pass protection.
That's all I'm honestly concerned about because we should be better in run blocking, but we weren't horrendous in run blocking. We were horrendous in pass blocking though.
I mean, yeah, but I mean the run blocking improved though
Mm-hmm.
throughout the year, while the pass protection not so much.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I agree with this name is hilarious. No cap you lacking. He says, "Bro, I'm happy to see the energy. They fighting so fired up. I like the energy. Hope you've been good, man. I've been good, bro. Hope you've been good too, man." State Arpleton says, "Maybe if the Giants put that energy into the Eagles, the way they put into each other." and and
Uh,
Wild Child.
let
Wait,
me.
let me finish with the quick question because we got a couple
All
other
right,
people in here.
all right.
Wild Child says, "I hope we could sign Austin Ryder." And shout out to Luann. This is Mike. She's asking who it is. This is Mike.
All right. Let me shift off football for a second. And what do you think about the Knicks free agency so far?
I'm gonna answer this real quick, just because we gotta get back to wow, that's
Yeah,
hilarious because Edward just asked it as well. Thoughts on next free agency? Um, I like it. To be fair, it's not like there were a bunch of big name free guys out there. You
yeah,
know, there was really only like 2 or 3, and they kind of went back to the team. So I like it. I like that we got back guys that I really thought we need to get back in Nerlens and Rose.
yeah.
Those were my top 2 guys. Evan Fournier, is it a little bit of an
But
overpay? Not really when you consider once again who was on the market.
yeah,
And I do like that it's a tradable contract. I just hope that this isn't like the roster a year or 2 from now, but I'm fine with this being the roster going into this season.
something worries me that we might trade Mitch
It's because
because
we drafted Jericho Sims and we re-signed Nerlens. I think that's what it is.
no, we
What is it?
also brought back Todd Gibson today.
What's Hodge is a power forward more than a center. You know, he's an undersized center.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but
I'll say
it
this, Mike.
just worries me.
I think both Mitch and Nerlens are tradable as of right now, though.
Hmm.
But let me get your last thought because we got a couple people back here. Bobby is next, then Logan, then Joel, and then BPS, the friendly Eagles fan in here. But let me get your last thought. Let's make it about your profile picture, Galladay. Quickly, what you think about what happened with him today?
Uh, I mean, I'm not too worried because when I seen him walk off under his own power and not really limping at all.
Yeah, he kind of. I saw the. I even had him in today's vid. He almost kind of jogged off, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But you never
So
know. You
I'm
know,
not.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried.
I mean, there, I'm a little bit worried, but not too worried because I think if it was serious, he wouldn't have jogged off. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I am surprised because
Like when I looked
usually,
at the hit. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't bring the card out because they're always saying we like to bring the card out so we can not like re-aggravate the injury.
They
But
probably didn't bring it
I
out
guess,
because they saw how he was moving on it, I'd guess.
yeah. So I, I just can't wait till tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
to hear what Judge has to say and day 2 of hitting.
Yeah. I'll say this. Hopefully, the only thing I'm hoping for that doesn't repeat is a potential injury. That's it. I was fine with everything else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe not another brawl, but I mean,
It's always best not to have them.
yeah. yeah. Well, pretty pretty much. Hopefully, the team knows not to do it because Joe Judge ran them to death,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently tomorrow he's gonna begin practice running them to death.
I mean, yeah, because we still don't know, and I want to leave it at this before I get the next caller. We still don't know if there's going to be additional punishment off the field for anybody involved. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But anyway, Hub, it was great talking to you, and yeah, I'll kick it with you in the Discord. Shout out to me because
This
I
man
am
constantly
still,
provides the tweets.
yeah.
I'll be honest. When
I,
I woke up, I went to the Discord and I saw a tweet about KG, and then I said, "All right, this is how we starting the day." Well, thank you, Mike, for calling in, man.
no problem, Hub.
Have a good one. Real quick before we get Bobby on, shout out to Lamar Santos in the chat and C Bands. Never say like in 45 in the chat. Bobby, what's up, man?
Hey
Wow.
guys, how you doing? Do I sound better than before?
You sound better than before, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened before. Hey, can you get little Logan on, my friend, too? We could talk, all three of us.
Sure, Logan, are you there?
Hi, Logan. How you
What up,
doing,
man?
little pal?
What's good, Bobby?
Good to see you, my pal. You're a great guy.
Thanks, man.
You're very smart. How old are you now? 15?
13.
You're young. Yeah, my daughter just turned 15 the other month.
No,
Yeah, you're smart for your age. 13.
thank
And who's the redheaded guy with the curly hair?
Nate?
Yeah, that's the guy. I think he's smart for his age.
Redhead.
Yeah. So do you? I think Barkley would be ready for the first week. Do you guys think so?
Yeah.
They said he was going to be ready. Do I sound good, guys?
It's the feedback just a little bit. Can you turn down your speaker a little bit?
Okay, hold on. Let me turn this off, maybe. How's that better?
It sounds the same. Do you know how to turn down your speaker volume?
No.
Okay. Chat, is it terrible? I mean, it doesn't sound too bad right now.
If it bothers you, I'll turn off. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. It's
No,
fine.
I'll go.
No, Bobby. At least let's hear two thoughts from you from today, because it was big today.
Two thoughts. Yes,
Yeah.
Barkley will start the first day,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna kill Denver, hopefully.
I agree. What do you think about the brawl?
Oh, that was horrible. I don't know why it happened for.
That was a good thing. I'll explain in a minute.
Well, they got some. Hey, Logan, what are you pausing it for? He's off mute.
No, he's still here.
Yeah, but he's off. He's not talking.
That's because I don't want to echo because my mic broken.
Oh, that's his mic, not mine.
No, but when I talk, I hear it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, one more thing you said. Yeah, the Brawl was not good. Yeah. All right, so I'll let you go so I don't screw up your show.
Nah, it's alright, Bobby. I hope you stay in the chat, though. Stay in the chat. I'll respond to your comments in the chat.
All right. I hate typing. You know what? I hate typing. I'm a lazy son of a gun. You know, I just don't like typing. Okay, so I'll go. I promise. I'll behave.
It's alright.
I'll fix my thing before the season starts.
It's just what I think it is. Your speaker is a little too loud, so you need to turn it down.
Okay, I'll fix that. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
See you, Bobby. Thank you for
Bye,
calling
guys.
in. Logan, what's up, man? Why you look, bro? It's been a minute since you called in. You look depressed. What's happening?
No, just some personal stuff. I'm alright. But
Listen, I said this to Ash as well. I know there's a huge age gap, but I could always listen if you need it, bro.
Yeah, thank you, bro. But about the brawl, I'm gonna explain why this is a good thing, guys.
Well,
If
36 people thought it was a bad thing.
Well, those people are snowflakes. So basically, let me explain something. If they get this heated in practice, how much do you think they're gonna want to slaughter the enemy come Sunday?
I just hope it doesn't get to a point where they slaughter so much they get flags.
Bruh, I mean, I love it, bro. And
I love it too, bro. The first thing that came to mind for me wasn't even like anything bad. I was like, oh, they're together, bro. They got a brotherhood. They got a bond going on.
Bruh, literally, I'm telling you right now, Joe Judge had a voice in the back of his head saying this is a good thing. The only reason he got so heated is because he didn't want Daniel Jones to die under 90 people.
Well, I also think he doesn't. I mean, he probably does think in the back of his head is a good thing, but you never want to brawl in your practice.
I love it, bro. I love it. Apparently Nick Gates got Daniel Jones out from the bottom of the scrum.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was Zach Rosenblatt or somebody else that was tweeting that. Nick Gates was like basically clearing the pile to get DJ out, bro. That's a center, bro. Why y'all want to move this man from the center position?
That's his center, bro. That is Daniel Jones, Jeff Saturday. Telling you right now. But Kenny Galladay, let's just hope to God he's okay. I made my video on it today, which is actually doing really good. I made my video on it. It's basically just explaining everything.
Hey, shout out to Mark Primetime. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. Let's just hope that Kenny Galladay's hamstring is okay. And Joe Judge made a man retire on the spot.
Todd Davis. I still want to know why this man signed and then retired 2 days later.
A little wuss, bro. Joe Judge made a man retire on the spot.
He couldn't handle the Joe Judge style, I guess.
Man. And then
on a serious note, though, I do want to know why. Like players don't retire on a dime. Like this man was definitely considering it for a minute.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, so that's about it. I like the brawl. Those 36 people who disliked the video, stop the cap. Joe Judge made a man retire on the spot. Kenny Galladay may or may not be dead, and that's pretty much the news for the season.
Wait, Giants Being Sports says it wasn't Nick Gates. It was Danny Shelton and Kenny Wiggins. Are you sure Giants Being Sports? Because I'm pretty sure I saw a beat reporter tweet like it was Nick Gates that pulled him out. I could be wrong, but I'm like, I remember seeing that.
Really?
Yeah. Joseph is saying it might be a family thing for Todd. That's why I'm like, we're gonna know more as when more time that passes, but it's intriguing to say the least.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Did anything else really interesting happen in training camp today?
The offense, I guess, if anybody was worried, the offense looked good. Daniel Jones completed all of his passes in like the 7, I think it was either 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 drills. So Daniel looked good. David Sills looked good. Evan Ingram looked good. And Sterling Shepard looked good.
Yeah, I'm loving this James Bradbury Kenny Galladay rivalry.
I've only seen when they joked at each other. Is there anything else I missed?
I think there's a few things, bro. Remember?
So it was actually Danny Shelton and Kenny Wiggins, not Nick Gates. That's interesting.
James Bradbury legit said I might periodically let him catch passes.
Because I think that was I can't remember who started it, if it was Bradbury or Galladay, but they went back and forth with the joke.
Yeah, and then Kenny Galladay says I might periodically let him bat down passes.
Yeah.
This is reminding me so much of remember, well, obviously me neither you remember because we weren't born yet, but this just reminds me of the when Deion Sanders got traded to the 49ers and they had that rivalry between him and Jerry Rice.
That's quite the big comparison there now.
No, I'm just saying that's a wide receiver DB rivalry. I'm not comparing them to Deion Sanders and Jerry Rice. Anyone in the chat, let me clear that up. I'm not saying Kenny Galladay is Jerry Rice. He's nowhere near it. And I'm not saying James Bradbury is Deion Sanders. I'm just making a fun comparison.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's about it, man. Thanks for having me on.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, let's respond to Mark Primetime, the Cowboys fans, real quick, though. He says, my Cowboys always getting reports in camp how good they look every year until the season starts. Yo, Mark is the real Cowboys fan, bro. He's keeping it 100 right now. You saw that the Cowboys were ranked the 6th best overall team in Madden, if you want to talk about, because that happened. They disrespected Blake, in my opinion, by making him a 79. They disrespected Leo by making him an 84. Leo should be like an 89 in my opinion.
Leo's only an 84?
Did you hear Blake is only a 79, bro? Like, did that slip out of your radar?
I might be a 79.
Bro, Tay Crowder is a 65. Tay Crowder is a 65. The only player, in my opinion, that was rated correctly was James Bradbury, who was a 90.
James Bradbury should be 93.
And I still got people telling me he should be like a 92 or a 93.
Bro, let's get this.
Bro. And they have the Cowboys as the 6th best overall team in Madden.
That's just, bro. And we got the Dexter Lawrence ball in the case finally.
Dexter Lawrence might have a career year this year.
Yeah, bro. Me and my guy CJ, we had a stream like months ago, but we were talking. Oh no, it was the first episode of the Giants Zone podcast on my channel. We were discussing if the Giants on this team, just for fun, if there will be any potential Hall of Famers on our team in the future, possibly besides Saquon. And CJ said Dexter Lawrence, and I'm like, what? But when
that means he's assuming we actually keep Dexter Lawrence then in the future.
Yeah, because it's like, let's be honest. Don't you feel Dexter Lawrence could possibly be better than guys like Adama Kutsu one day?
I really want to say yes, but I got to see what he does in his 3rd year. Know what I mean?
Yeah, like my dad, he thinks Dexter Lawrence is gonna have like 9 sacks this year, and for a defensive tackle, that's a lot, especially for a guy like Dexter.
9? Yeah, that's a lot. I wouldn't go that high.
Especially for a guy like Dexter, who, let's be honest, is really a nose tackle. 9 sacks would be a lot. So I love Dexter, but we gotta see what happens.
Oh man, I love Dexter too, but 9 sacks I think is way over his ceiling. Hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, damn. You kidding me?
I love Dexter, bro. But yeah, has anything else really interesting happened?
None than that, I mean, it's just we're now starting to get to the fun part of the offseason because we're getting closer to the actual season. But last Sunday was the last Sunday. Last Sunday was the last Sunday. The Sunday that just passed is officially the last Sunday until the Super Bowl that has no football. So there's that.
I was gonna say one last thing, but I forget what it was. Dang it. All right. How are the Giants only at 78 overall in Madden?
Because the Madden rating guy is a Cowboys fan, and we clearly saw it because he made them an 86.
Oh my god. I heard somewhere that Darnay is like a 65.
I didn't see what they had Darnay as.
Darnay is high 70s. Darnay is
Ain't no way they had him at 65. That would be ridiculous.
Darnay didn't give up a touchdown. And guys, I'm sorry. I hate Madden just as much as the next guy, but it's fun to talk about the ratings.
Yeah. I'm also, since I brought back skits today, very soon keep your eye out for the worst Madden player ever, aka me, bringing back the franchise mode season 2 at some point in the future.
I love those streams, bro. Those streams are hilarious.
I literally stopped them for a while because it was continuous rage quitting.
Those are my
every
favorite
single
streams.
episode.
Besides the call-ins, those are my favorite stream series because you just rage quit every time. It's hilarious.
I'm just not good at the game, bro. Straight up.
I'll never forget the time you lost in the NFC Championship to Dallas and you just started crying.
Bro, that year, I think my team went like 12-4 or something. We were like first in the division, and I lost. And then Dallas, we're not gonna talk about it, Logan. All right, bro. Let's wrap this up, bro. Let's get Joel on, and let's get BPS, Zeke, and then Kresley on, man. Let me get your last thought, bro. Oh, Logan might have froze actually. Logan, I think you're frozen. Thank you for popping on, bro. Have a good one, my guy. Peace. And next up, Joe. What's up, bro? It's been very long. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just needed a break, charge the batteries. The season's longer. It's one more game this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was all was quiet on the Western Front, and I enjoyed that. We had no but Giants players with this problem, with that problem, shooting themselves in the leg,
Hey, Wolf, he did shave, but it's growing back. It's growing back. I can see it's growing back.
I'll probably shave it again. I hate shooting a bow with a beard. It pulls the hairs out. But, it's like Giants fans, injuries are a part of preseason. We go through this every year. We put ourselves through this.
Why is it always us, man?
Man, we're not the Colts, baby. We don't have to worry about Wetz and then Nelson going out with the same foot injury.
I didn't see that Nelson went out. Nelson went out too? Wow. Yes,
Nelson's out. I mean, Minnesota doesn't have a quarterback because they're all on the COVID list. There's been other guys that are going out. Devontae Smith got a knee sprain. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks.
I'm be interested to hear because we only got one Eagles fan in the call-in lineup right now, and he's right after you. I want to hear what he says about Devontae, and then Carson is still connected to the Eagles because I think there's a pick hinging on that.
I've been watching the NFL practices on the NFL channel the last 3 days. And they've been going through every team, and they showed the Eagles today, and Hurts went to try to connect with one of his tight ends and missed him completely. Like on TV, and Bucky Brooks and the girl that was sitting there, they're like, oh, that's not good. He can't do that. He's got to work on it. And started making excuses for him, and then built him back up like he's this all-pro quarterback. And I just like, okay. No wonder you guys were ripping the Giants because a fight broke out today. And, it's like, you know what, Maurice Jones-Drew?
It's always hilarious. The media was ripping us, and I think we all could have seen that coming from a mile away, but it's like the players are fine and just absolutely good with each other.
These guys are not even near our team, associated with our team or around our team, because we just don't need that negative influence. Ownership has been terrible the last 10 years. The coaching hasn't been exactly great. I mean, I loved Coughlin, but that was just a whole fiasco with ownership. Somebody was the scapegoat, and it was supposed to be the year before, but, things happened, and so on and so forth. We've never had, there was a fight, and then right after they got winded, and Judge gave them a lecture with a lot of cursing in it and let them know where the bear poops in the woods.
And they're going to get winded at the star practice tomorrow as well.
Exactly. You're going to pay. All right. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And you're going to learn that we need to control our temper because we can't do that on the field. As far as a Giants fan, it doesn't concern me one way or another if they fought or not. I mean, I like the guy standing up for the defensive players. I like the offensive guy standing up for the offensive guys. And the only one that we've had do that was Hernandez in the beginning, and then Gates did it last year. We need more of that where, if something happens, our guys are rushing downfield. And you know what? I'll take that penalty all day long. You want to go down there and stand up for, because Daniel got bumped out or, somebody hit Barkley wrong or, the defensive player got, crackback block or whatever. Hey, I'll take that penalty all day. But and Judge probably won't. But now you just got to chillax. It's preseason. Guys are going to get hurt. It's going to happen. We're going to have little muscle pulls and strains and sprains. And then we got to listen to guys like Pat Leonard go off on, DJ, he didn't complete a pass or he threw 6 picks or, he loves reporting.
I was literally asking the other day because it seems like Pat Leonard is the most hated Giants beat reporter. Can somebody tell me why? Is it because of that? Is it because he always has bad stuff to say?
I don't understand his reporting. I really don't. Jordan Renan, I don't understand his questions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this whole offseason's just been one ungodly, awful, bad question after another. There's no independent. When's Saquon coming back? But, yeah, you know where that question's going to lead to.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get these other guys on for an interview, and it's like, well, tell us about your teammates. What does this guy think or that guy think? It's no, talk about me. I came on the air. Ask me questions. That's why I stepped away. This is my first off season on Twitter following Giants content. And oh my God, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't.
Bro, I've been saying,
there's a big ass panic button.
I've been saying, bro, as a blanket statement, obviously, but I hate the media in general.
Okay, you know what?
Nate, how you doing?
I sat back and I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, you're coming home. Or you're walking out the building to your car and you flash Twitter and you read Galladay got hurt. Well, it doesn't say, what the injury is. It hasn't come out what the injury is. So
peace out. I didn't know you were that old, Giants being sports. Have a good one, man.
I didn't understand. I kind of get it because you're getting thrown a curveball. And it's like, okay, there's no more information on it. So then you read some article because, you have to, or else you're going to get your news source from. And then Leonard's going off the deep end here about the worst case scenario and the worst possibly problems and everything that he would do. And he wouldn't last as a coach for 30 seconds in the NFL. Because with half of the moves that he would make, everybody'd be upset. They'd run him out of town on a rail.
Mm-hmm.
So I do get it, but wow. I mean, deep breath. Just deep breath. If it's going to happen, let it happen right now. If there's any injuries, if there's any problems, if there's, somebody's got to be taught up a little bit, now's the time to do it. If they miss a little time now, I mean, yeah, they're not going to get the reps that they need. They're going to miss out on some stuff, some conditioning. But in all honesty, weeks 1 through 4 are some pretty sloppy football. You don't start seeing really good football, crisp football play until week 5, 6, right?
I'd say last year that was the case. I'm gonna say with a regular season, probably by week 4 you should see crisp.
Yeah, that's just it. So the first 3 weeks, okay. So if they miss 1 preseason game or 2 preseason games, you still got the third, still got some conditioning. They're still running pads in practice, doing walkthroughs, and even though they're on the injured list, they still can, now there's a little bit of film on them because you see the girls running around with the cameras filming all the positions and everything so that they can look at stuff and their techniques and do a little bit more homework than it being halfway through the season. Because now you're just looking at a whole different animal. I mean, we're not quarterback struggle right now. We know who our guy is, and we stand behind our guy. He's a giant. That's it. You got no choice. Love him, hate him, don't want him, want to keep him, want to sign him, don't matter. This year is his year. Troy Aikman took 3 years for him to develop. Josh Allen took him 3 years to develop. Yeah, you want to keep going? It's year 3. That's when he's supposed to develop.
What he's heavily connected to is the line. Where are you with the line right now? With the Shane, that's not as minor as Kenny Galladay, but he's going to be out for a while.
Well, I kind of like the signing of the offensive lineman we just picked up. He can play center or guard.
Joe Loney.
Yes. You know what? Bert's put on weight. He's had a full offseason. He looked good. Saw a couple of plays with him in practice. He was never really beat on the inside swim move, which is what you saw Carter Coughlin do on the tape where he pancaked him. He always got beat on the outside. So until I see more of that, I want to see how his footwork is stretching out to the wide side. Then I can make a decision. But as far as is in shape and looking good with technique and everything, I mean, that Pert just got off the PUP list.
And speaking of weight change, Matt Pert gained weight. Will Hernandez leaned down a lot.
Well, as a guard, I like to see that, because if you look last year, we did a lot of pulls and stunts and traps. I think
he definitely did it to fit the scheme more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he knew he was playing the right side. He practiced for the right side. He had the whole off season. So this isn't something that he's just jumping into having no idea. The coaching staff, when they had the practices before, the voluntary workouts and all of that, I mean, he was down there with Daniel Jones and everybody working out. Down to Texas, was it? Or Arizona, wherever the heck they were. They went down south. It was
Arizona,
somewhere.
Yeah.
So he was down there doing that too, working on everything, working with Nick Gates. These guys are ready. Yeah. There you go, Logan. You need a Nick Gates jersey. I think Kid Blue needs a Nick Gates jersey too.
He's been supposed to get one since like last a year and a half ago.
I know.
And I gotta say, I don't think there's a big chance the Giants can win 12. I have it set around 10 or 11, but Joel thinks there's a big chance the Giants can win 12.
12-5. I'm telling you, I'm calling it. And Daniel Jones is going to be a top 10 quarterback. Dallas doesn't scare me. They had that high-powered offense last year. They were still 1-4 when we went into their building and almost beat them. Mm-hmm. So, where did Dallas finish? Washington. We should have beat Washington. We did beat them twice. Philadelphia. I'm not scared of Philadelphia at all. Every team's going to have injuries. Their O-line, they said, you know what? 3 years ago, it might have been the best O-line in the NFL. Well, just like Dallas, guys get older, guys get hurt. They go from the springboard to the wheelchair. It is what it is. Age just catches up with you. And in that line, if you can't stay healthy, you can't stay cohesive. We saw what happened with ours last year. Mm-hmm. Hernandez went out. Lemieux came in, was great in the run, but stunk in the pass. So, if you want to grab that.
Shout out to Tudo as usual for the $5 super chat every Tuesday. He comes in here. He says, "Ciao, Kush, my Giants Goomba. Drop by our office to turn on the lights and slap all Eagles fans on the way out, Pisano. Forget about it."
That's right.
I guess Big Play Slade just got slapped.
You know what? We should have swept the division last year. Why can't we sweep?
We should have, yeah.
We're going to sweep the division this year. Dude, Kirk Cousins does not, or not Kirk Cousins, Fitzpatrick doesn't scare me.
Listen, we're sweeping the Eagles, but I think we're splitting with the other two. I think we go 4-2 in the division.
Well, Washington hasn't beat us. How can we have them beating us? How? We beat them last year.
I could be wrong. Be wrong.
I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm not saying you're right. But it's like we said last year, until we beat Dallas, Dallas is going to beat us. So we had them winning both games last year. Same thing with the Eagles. We haven't beat them. They're beating us. When we were doing record predictions and stretching everything out and talking everything before the beginning of last year, we had the Eagles beating us twice. We had Dallas beating us twice. But we split 1-1. So we went 4-2 in the division. So why are we not in the same mindset with Washington?
Washington did get better. That's why.
Not in the quarterback, though.
You're right.
Fitzpatrick has
You're
been
not
in the
wrong.
league 14 years, and he's
You're not
never
wrong.
made a playoff game.
I just think it's not set up really nice for us week 2. I think week 2 is a loss. I really do.
We're not traveling that far. We're both coming off the same rest. It's a bus ride down to Washington. I mean, they're going to leave the day before at like 3 o'clock.
I just got a bad feeling. Listen, if we open up 2-0,
Yeah,
I'm busting out the champagne bottles. All right. I've been said we win in the Super Bowl since May of last year when I made that vid. I already know I said we could be a contender for this Super Bowl.
But is
I'm bringing it back.
Is the run game scare you?
Nah, not really.
Okay, we got Bradbury. Oh, okay, that's to cover what McAllen? What the hell ever his name is?
McLaurin.
Yeah. Okay, we got a really. People are starting to say we got one of the best secondaries in the NFL.
I mean, because we do. That's a fact.
Okay. All right. So if you're saying that, what on Washington scares you where you think they're going to put up 21 points or more on us?
I don't know, man. I can't. I just am. I am, you know?
Man, we got to see. This is why the fight happened today. That you think we're sick of losing? These guys are losing big money in endorsement deals and everything else that goes along with what winning brings. These guys know that. They're just as tired. They're more tired of losing than we are as fans. They are ready to go out there and give everything. They bought into the system. They're in shape. There were some players on the PUP list, but if you look at Pert's injury, he did that while trading. And we all heard of guys that got seriously hurt trading and didn't get their money because they weren't in the facility, because they couldn't come in because the team, the NFLPA wouldn't let them come in and work out with their trainers or staff. So, I mean, we're not old. We don't have the aches and pains. I mean, if you look at Tampa Bay, they're an older team. We don't have that. But the one thing we do need to think about in the future is if we start winning games and we start going 12-5, 13-4, 11-6, we get in the playoffs, we go to the wild card game. If we go all the way to the Super Bowl, we could be looking at 24 games a year. And then over 2 seasons, that's actually 3 seasons of football. And these guys are going to get older. And when they get a little older and they get more games under their belt each year doing stuff like that, going deeper into the season, which we all want. But that's when we're going to start being more worried about training camp. You're going to start seeing other injuries, other symptoms occur. Because, it's like, well, Nelson and Wentz, they've been in the league for 4 or 5 years. And you start looking at some of the other guys that have been in the league a little bit longer, too. They start getting the more muscle strains and pulls from the youth. I don't know what else to. It's the same. No, it's the same how we feel about the Giants, how you feel about Washington. You only have beat us once in 4 years. You know what? You're absolutely right. But there was a time back in the 80s where the Giants were dominant. That's when I started watching football. That's what I compare to. And that's what I fall back on as a fan to how I feel today, because I'll always have that. I'll always have those moments and those rivalries and the wins and all of that. But I also look at, we should have beat you guys twice last year. I mean, we should have beat you a couple other times. We had the lead but couldn't hold it. What was it, 2 years ago? We lost, 6 games in the final 2 minutes or 8 games or something like that. We held the lead for 56 minutes, but we couldn't hold it for 60. So, I mean, we've had a lot of what ifs and maybes and some serious bad luck, but now it can't last forever.
Joe,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you one last thing before I pop you off here.
Uh-oh.
Which is no, it's just a regular old question because you already talked about the Brawl, you talked about Kenny Galladay extensively on the season. It's just one that I have no idea what to think about. Todd Davis, man, why do you think he retired after signing a contract literally 3 days ago?
The judge said it. He wasn't a tough football player, and he got he saw just exactly what his limits were and what he got out of him is what he expected. I think that was a quote somewhere that I have read. I could be wrong, but
to retire from
dude, man, some guys just they want to play, get another year or two, and they're there for a paycheck. I don't blame them. If they can get onto a team and collect another paycheck playing special teams, congratulations. You're making a hell of a lot more money than I ever did. But, the judge has already instilled this. And he's showing that, look, to get into this team, to get into this outfit, you're going to have to pass a test. Calvin Benjamin couldn't pass it. He couldn't lose the weight. Joe Judge said, look, we'll give you a chance, give you a tryout. We'll restart your career at tight end. I just want you to lose 15 pounds. Couldn't do it.
Overweight.
Couldn't do it. Okay. So this guy comes on, says, Joe Judge, I want to play for you. Okay. Isn't that how it worked? He signed the contract, probably sat there and told Judge, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Well, Judge pushed his buttons a little bit. You know what? Look at that after the fight today. Judge pushed everybody's buttons. Said, okay, guys, you want to play? We'll play big boy games. Let's do this. And he just said, tapped out, did a Conor McGregor. I'm done. Tap out.
I'm going to have to find that quote because I don't remember seeing it, but somebody else in the chat was telling me it was a familial, so like a family problem as well. I have to see what it is because it is just a strange situation.
Like I said, I read where the guy, Judge didn't really want him. And I think it was on Twitter. I read it. Judge didn't want him. And Judge says I put him through his paces to where he was going to want to quit. So, and hey, it is what it is. I mean, I've had to do it in high school and sports and all of that. I had to run because somebody was upset at something, and I was the guy that was going to get the blunt result. So,
yeah, Joe, I got to say, though, because I got 6 people in the back here. Thank you for calling in, though, man. It's been literally 3 months, I think. 3 months. I don't know if he shaved again, guys, because I thought in 3 months the beard would have been back by now. Maybe he did. He fooled us all.
It'll be a while.
It'll be a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully by, say, halfway through the season, we'll get back to perfection, but we'll see.
Archery season opens September 1st, so maybe October.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, that's maybe October. I'll try. Guys, I'm telling you, go get one of them old-fashioned fur muffs or whatever. Put that on your face and wear that around for a day or two.
What's it looking like for Week 18, though?
I'm not going to be able to make it.
What about FanFest?
No, I live too far away for that. But I saw New York City that you got to show ID, the proof that you got vaccinated. And I'm not getting stuck by no needle. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, well,
but it's in Jersey anyway, not in the city.
Yeah, that's true, but
I haven't been. I mean, obviously I live in the city. I haven't been anywhere that asked me that.
It says restaurants, theaters, concerts.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a big lie. I went to a restaurant yesterday.
Bro, I can only tell you what I read.
You know what? You got me there, but as somebody that lives in the city, I've never had that happen to me.
Now, see, I didn't know that, but I do know up here there's a county where they're going to start mandating masks and everything because of the second wave that's going through. And I hope what OGR put in Twitter is not true, but if they mandate masks and they start doing this stuff all over again halfway through the season.
So it's going to happen from the 13th onwards. Thank you, C-Bands. From the 13th onwards.
Yeah, thank you. So I thought I saw that. They're going to start manipulating that. So it's like, I mean, if I go down to New Jersey, I'd want to go and get a good meal in the city somewhere. And it's like, well, now I can't even do that because I'm not getting stuck. I don't have the proper information. Let's put it that way. There's too much information for me to get the proper information. One says this, one says that, and I don't believe any of them. But
I respect it.
Just smell what the judge is cooking.
I know I do. The Eagles are about to. Thank you for calling in, Joe. Have a good one, man. Speaking of the Eagles, that's the next guest. Big Play Slay. That's what BPS stands for. Terrible name. What's up, man? How you doing? Real quick, before he goes, young Eagles fan, we got Zeke next, then Cresley, then Bark Nasty, then Harrison, then Rick. What's up, man?
That's the greatest name ever invented, man. That's why David Slays to go. But how are you doing, Hub?
I'm good, man. Oh, Calvin says, after Giants' so-called scuffle, it'll be interesting to see if other teams' coaches attempt to replicate it and an opportunity to book. You know who will attempt to replicate it? Dan Campbell, the Lions.
Yeah.
That dude is the worst Joe Judge impersonation on crack to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark, another question I want to read real quick. Mark says, I agree with you, Mark. An outsider looking in, the biggest question for us is the O-line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think your team's stacked. I mean, I hate saying it because, like,
as an Eagles fan, all right, bro, just you're gonna need to tell me position by position where we're stacked.
I'll say it's secondary. You're very stacked. You stole James Bradbury from us last year when I clearly wanted him.
Oh, I didn't know the Eagles were looking for him.
Oh, for sure.
I know we stole Adoree from you guys this year as well.
You keep stealing players.
And Kenny, Kenny was supposed to meet you guys, and Adoree was supposed to meet you guys, but they both, they signed with us.
Yeah, and you took Aaron Robinson in the draft. That was.
I mean, to be fair, we took Aaron Robinson because you guys took Smith and the center. So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that was more about how we moved than than the scout moves. I think we wanted Robinson. I think you guys were just you guys came quick and you guys took him. So I think how we made the dumb move right there because we needed a corner right there. But yeah, I like your team. You guys have a lot of picks in the future.
This upcoming draft, we have a good amount.
Yeah, if you have a good team right now and a good team for the future, that's going to very much help you. But I like your team. I really do.
You were saying we're stacked at secondary. Where else? Defensive line, I think we're stacked. That's just me.
Yeah, D-line, you're stacked. It's nowhere even close to us, but I'll say D-line, you guys are solid there. Receivers, you have pretty good at receivers. I do respect your team, and I like your head coach. I'll say that. I really do.
Well, I got to ask you about your own head coach, man. How you feel about Nick Sirianni?
I like him. I love him.
He's different.
Yeah, I like the fact that you guys went under the radar last year by getting Joe Judge, and this year we went under the radar and we took we got Sirianni because he comes from the coaching staff of Frank Reich. And I like that we're doing that. And he's energetic. Like, you can literally see it on the field. Every single time he's doing a press conference or something, he's energetic as hell. He's nowhere even close to Joe Judge when it just comes to seriousness. But, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your team in general? Just be honest. It's okay. You guys won a Super Bowl in 2017, all right? It's okay to be in a different mode that's not contending, bro.
I mean, our future is still pretty bright, We have the brightest future in this division, in my opinion.
Pause for two things. One, what you said, and for Bark Nasty. Bark Nasty, shout out to you, man. My bad. I know you were, gonna be after Cresley, but I saw that you dropped out. It's all right, bro. He says he's gonna stick it and listen to everybody. He got work in the morning. 100% respected, bro. Galladay injury bothers me, and Logan Ryan's my favorite player are the big takeaways. I agree with the first part. I know Mike was telling me don't worry that much because, it's not major, but I'm still worrying. And then Logan Ryan's favorite player. Logan Ryan just keeps winning me over because even after the brawl, he had a lot of good things to say, man. But no, you guys do not have the brightest.
Yeah.
You just literally – what did you just tell me? If we have a good team and then we have picks, our team is probably the youngest in the division, and we have a lot of picks.
Yeah, the hub. I'm basing it off of just the picks in general and for how much money we have in the future. Like, we literally have so much cap next year. Like, it's not even attainable. We have so much cap next year.
Who's free agents next year?
Cap, like, literally just look at our cap next year.
Okay, but who are the free agents next year?
I have no idea, but I think they'll just pop out of nowhere next year. Anything can happen. I'm
I
not
mean, only so many people pop out. You know what I'm saying? Only so many people get
Yeah.
cut. Let's look this up. 2022 NFL free agents. All right, let's see. So you got a 33-year-old Von Miller. If you want to go at him.
No.
The only person I'm waiting for this to load. I hope my stream doesn't buffer because anytime my internet takes a while to load, that happens. We got a 31-year-old Brandon Sheriff. If you guys want to go after him, we got a player that I would go after as a team that needs wide receiver help in Allen Robinson because he's on a franchise tag this year.
God, him and Devontae Smith. My God, that would be ridiculously good.
Oh yeah, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. There you go. Those are 2 free agents next year.
I mean, Devontae, I would be happy with, but not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh really?
No, I love the man, and he's talented as crap, but he's too old. That's the only thing I don't want.
You'd roll with Jalen Hurts over Aaron Rodgers, huh?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Would you draft a quarterback next year then?
Like as of right now, Jalen's younger. I don't think he'll be amazing. I don't think he's going to be our franchise quarterback for years to come. That's just a little, overboard because, I think he has talent, but I just don't know with him. He only played 4 games. That's such a little span.
The wide receiver with the most upside next year, because his age, Chris Godwin, he's only 26, is going to be a free agent. Then you got, Honey Badger, Teron, Brandon Graham, one of your guys, Stephon Gilmore, Calais Campbell, Akeem Hicks. So, it kind of goes down from there.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of guys, but if you got a lot of money, those are a lot of older free agents, which I think you'd want to move away from with your team.
I don't think the Eagles are in the stage where they get older guys. Like you've seen it in this offseason, they went younger. That's something you should do, especially if you're like a team like the Giants or Eagles. You just want younger players. That's something smart.
This is to you. The dream team that the Eagles had, I think back in 2010 it was.
Oh my God, we could have won a Super Bowl with that team, bro. We really could have.
Really
could have.
I mean, you didn't.
We should have won a Super Bowl.
Would you guys finish that year? That's a great question.
I have no idea. We could have won a Super Bowl with that team. Like Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Brent Selleck. Oh my God, that team was low.
Oh, you guys went 10-6.
Yeah, we were solid, but we didn't win a game after the Giants game. Like we only won a game after that.
No, you didn't. After the Giants game, you lost to Minnesota, lost to the Cowboys, and it was the wild card against the Packers who you lost to.
We lost to every single team. We lost to every single team we played after.
Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of stopped y'all from getting the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did. I mean, y'all beat us once last year, the first time in a very long time. I can imagine how happy you guys were.
Before you say that, Wolf said, I love Logan Ryan so much. He wants to be on this team and he wants to win. Logan is definitely the martyr for 20. What do you mean by martyr, bro? He's still going to be here, in my opinion.
Martyr?
What do you mean by martyr, bro? I don't know what he means by that, bro.
No idea.
I couldn't ignore them for too long because it's a Giants chat, but they're there.
Are you serious, Logan? It's not that bad, bro. Logan, come on now. I know you know. No, I don't want Rattler. That's not the guy that I want. He's overrated in my opinion. I don't like him.
This is from a Cowboys fan in Mark Primetime.
No. Oh my God. I think I'll take Watson over Aaron Rodgers, as many people would if you're younger.
With the situation that's on right now?
No, right now. No. I think if the situation is fixed and everything, I think he would be a better a fit for the Eagles than Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just lost the first round picks with Wentz getting injured, and now you only have 2. So that's literally all your capital gone to the Texans. I mean to the Packers. So I do not want that.
Mm-hmm. And I want to get Bark Nasty's last thought here before I ask you about Devontae. Galladay's injuries concern me, even if it's short term, because hammies tend to linger, and he's had issues in the past. Also, Logan is definitely getting that captain's badge on his chest. I think he's for sure going to get a captain's badge on his chest. It's going to be him and Blake this year on the defense, and then Jabril and Graham Gano on the special teams, in my opinion. I still kind of want James Bradbury to get a C, but it's just, in my opinion, a good problem to have when you can't decide who gets the captain's badge. So now I'm gonna ask you, as your number one receiver, or the guy that should be the number one, what's up with him and how you feel about that?
I don't think it's serious. I think it's only for like 2 to 3 weeks. It's not that serious. It really doesn't affect me because he's only out for 2 to 3 weeks, so he'll be back week 1.
What up, Nate?
Love the guy. Yo, what's up, Nate? He really hates the Eagles. I'll tell you that. I know he hates.
I mean, I do as well, bro.
Y'all all hate us for some reason.
With good reason. What do you mean for some reason? With good reason.
I'm just playing. At least we can both agree on one thing. We hate the Cowboys. That's something we all hate. Yeah. But going back to Devontae, I don't think it's really serious. He's only out for 2 to 3 weeks. But the only thing I like about it is that now these younger guys like Rager and Watkins and Hightower.
Okay, so Wolves meant model instead of murder. Okay.
Oh, model.
That makes a lot more sense.
I really like it for the younger guys now because they're getting chances while Devontae's out for a good minute. Even though it sucks, now these guys get chances to prove themselves. Hopefully, Jalen Hurts can pass the ball correctly and his accuracy got better, which it looks like it. But yeah.
Real quick, because I saw Nate pop in, he kind of reminded me. I did start up my fantasy leagues this year, guys. I had 3 leagues on 3 different apps because I know everybody uses different apps. The NFL fantasy app is already full. That one filled up really quickly. The ESPN fantasy app league has 2 more spots in it, and then the Yahoo one, I don't think anybody joined, funnily enough. So if anybody's trying to join, I just posted the link in the chat to where all the links are. But if anybody wants to join, Yahoo has a lot of space, and then the ESPN one has 2 spots left. But BPS, before I switch you out here, do you want to talk about? I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to give your comment on what happened on Giants training camp today, or do you want to talk about Carson Wentz and how that might affect you guys?
Yeah, I'll talk about that. I agree with everyone that came on here. It's not that bad. Come on, that just shows how much hunger they have to win this year. That just shows you what they want to do this year. And if they're doing that in training camp, then that means they'll do it in actual football. What do you think they'll do in actual football? They'll destroy and kick some heads. And that's something you should have as a team. You should be accountable for each other. This is not like, it is serious, but I wouldn't say to the point like it's major serious. I think it helps the players because now they trust each other in like a game. Where if a brawl happens, they trust each other. They would fight for their brothers, and that's something the Giants have, and I like that they're doing that. They're fighting for their brothers, and that's good.
Nah, I agree with you 100%. Like you're saying, almost everybody I'd say that called on so far had the same sentiment. It's something we haven't had in a while. Last time we're talking about somebody fighting, it'd be Landon Collins and Eli Apple in 2017, and it wasn't for the right reason, and it was a year where the team gave up on the coach and just everybody. So glad it's the other one.
It's literally not a training camp unless there's not one brawl. Like there has to be one brawl. Like whether matter of if you're bad or you're trash, like you're good, you're still gonna get into brawls. It's just a part of the game. And I respect the Giants for at least competing and fighting for their brothers, and I like that, even though I hate them to death.
Even though I hate him for that, this man for his life can't just say, even though they're a little good, even though they're just all right, he can't do it. He can't do it.
I will say you guys are good. I will say that. I think you're still finishing third.
Really? Third? All right. Tell me a little bit about that, because I definitely don't agree with that.
Well, second, third, I really don't. It really doesn't matter. I think you're 1A, 1B with the Washington.
So how do you go second and third? Who's finishing first?
Dallas. That's not really crazy.
It is crazy.
It really isn't, because they've improved on defense and they still have a loaded offense. If you balance that together, then that could lead you to success. And Wentz is out of the division now, so that won't have to. the Eagles won't be in their way as much now. I think the Giants are headed in the right direction. Now that I rephrase it, I think they'll finish second, and Washington will finish third because I think they're just a little overhyped. It really could be 1A, 1B with Washington and the Giants.
You already know I'm about to disagree. I think it's about to be Washington, and that's at the top. I really don't believe in the Cowboys.
Damn. No, I think they'll finish 10-7 this year.
But all right, then, big play slate. I mean, anything else you got to say before I pop you on, man? Thank you for calling in.
The Giants suck.
I did not do that. Homie just kind of popped out on his own. I'm going to get the Yahoo link to you guys. I just got to go into the app in a second. My phone's like over there. It's going to be here. But next up, we got Zeke, then Cresley, then Rick. Zeke, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on?
Bro, what's up, man?
I haven't been here in months.
A minute. Yeah, it's been a while.
But I want to talk about training camp. I think that this O-line is going to improve a lot this year. Do you think we can improve a lot?
I have to see it to believe it is where I am, bro. I have to see it to believe it. I can't say yes or no at this point because I'm holding the same opinion I've held the entire time, which is the coaches have a lot of faith in it, and I'm gonna have faith in the coaches. That's what I'm saying.
Same, but Matt Pierce. I feel like Matt Pierce is gonna do really good. I think the starting online should be Andrew Thomas, Will Hernandez, Nick Gates, Zach Fulton, and Matt Pierce, because Shane Lemieux. I think that Shane Lemieux needs to develop more. But I want to talk about this offense. How worried are you about Kenny Galladay?
I am worried. I'm kind of calmed down because everybody's telling me it's minor. Everybody's telling me it's going to be a couple weeks. It's just a tweak, not a strain, definitely not a tear. But I'm still worried. You know what I'm saying? The guy does have a history of injury. I'm not going to ignore that at all.
Exactly.
And I'm always going to be concerned if, you go down early. But hopefully it's what everybody's saying is just minor. You know what I mean? What about you? And shout out to Philly Insider Podcast, by the way, guys. I'm going to have him on this Thursday, I believe.
Don't we? Our first preseason game, doesn't it start like in 2 weeks?
I think so, like middle of August.
Yeah, I think August 15th, around there. But I really believe in this online, to be honest. I believe that, Andrew Thomas is going to have a really good year.
I'll tell you what. I do believe Thomas is going to have a good year. I do believe Gates is going to have a good year. I do believe Hernandez is going to have a bounce back year. It's just the other guard. And I want to believe Pert is going to have a good year. But, I got to see it. So, 3 out of 5, I'm all right with.
For Matt, I got to see it because he's not. Remember, he's not. I haven't seen him start yet, so we have to see about him. So if he doesn't do good, we can't say anything because that's his first time being a starter. If he is, but Andrew Thomas, I really believe he's gonna have a pretty good season. This Giants defense is gonna be scary. I'm telling every Eagles fan, they just haters, and. I
don't think BPS was a hater up until the end where he said we're going to finish third in the division. I don't know about that.
But have you seen the highlights from Adoree Jackson? Pass defenses are nice.
He's keeping up, which is what we need him to do in terms of speed.
Exactly. I really believe that I believe he can have at least 15 pass defenses. At least 15.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Bradbury was second in the league last year with 17, so 15 is going to be up there for sure.
Yeah, no, but remember, Adoree Jackson's rookie year, he had 18.
Mm-hmm.
So I really believe he can have at least 15. Or
just like Galladay, though, the thing for Adoree is, of course, staying healthy. I'm not. Anytime I say staying healthy, guys, I'm not saying they're going to get injured. I'm just saying it's obviously something you got to consider. But if he stays healthy, 15 is attainable, I think.
15 will be pretty good, but I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I think Aaron Robinson
What happened?
I think Aaron Robinson, the corner that we got from the draft. I don't know. I think he could be better than Darnay Holmes in the
Why
slot.
you say that?
He's just
Because here's
more.
the thing. I think they're going to be playing two different roles in this team.
I think that Aaron Robinson should play more outside than as a slot corner. Because I be seeing his highlights and he could actually play the outside.
So if you say that, why are you comparing him to Darnay then?
But
And by the way, Alex, yeah, if you could scroll up and find it, it's been a while since I posted it. You could still call in.
the thing is, the Giants are mainly going to put him in the slot. So I think that he will be better than Darnay Holmes in the slot.
I don't think the Giants will do that. I think they're going to use Darnay still in the slot. I think he's going to get snaps there, but I think they're going to use him kind of all over the field. I think we're going to see him in the slot. I think we're going to see him outside, potentially even in a safety role, I think. I think he's going to be all over the field.
Yeah, I agree with that. How many sacks you think that Dexter Lawrence will have?
Well, I don't think 9, which Logan's dad thinks 9. That's a lot.
That's a
I'm going to say like 5,
5
probably.
would be pretty good. 5.
Yeah, 5 for a guy at his position, I think is really good. So I'm going to say that.
Hopefully he could do more, right?
Yeah.
But Leonard Williams, I really believe he's gonna have at least 12 sacks again.
Oh, you think he's improving then?
He's gonna improve. Cause remember, that the thing is, Aziz Ojolari, they might double team Leo, right? And then Danny Schultz is a big defensive tackle. Dexter Lawrence is a big defensive tackle, and we got Aziz Ojolari.
But like you just said, they might be double teaming Leo though.
That's the thing. So I really believe that Dexter Lawrence will have a really good season this year, and I really believe that people say that Aziz Ojolari could win the defensive rookie of the year. You believe that?
I mean, it was the title of one of my videos, so yeah. I do believe
I really
that.
believe he could, to be honest. I believe he could have at least 7 sacks this year. You think that's a little bit too much?
No, I think 7 is right around where he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get right around 7 sacks.
7 and 8, that would be really good for a rookie year. The thing is, will Saquon be healthy this year? And I believe people are saying, "Oh, he should start in week 1, this and that." Look, ACL does not. ACL should be like a good year. And first of all, Saquon did not have the surgery till November, right?
I can't remember when he had the surgery, to be honest with you.
I believe that. I think that Saquon will return in week 6.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's a little bit too far?
I think that might be a little too far, but listen, I've always said that I've been more optimistic on Saquon than most other people.
Saquon is the key to this offense, but Kenny Galladay could be the key of this offense too.
Mm-hmm.
How many yards do you think Kadarius Toney will have this year?
Good question. I'm gonna say sub 500. He's gonna have less than 500 because he's gonna be a lot on special teams, in my opinion. I think unless he clearly beats out Darius Slayton for that second or third receiving spot, I think he's gonna be special teams and gadget player, in my opinion.
I think that the thing is, Sterling Shepard, have you seen his routes in training camp?
He's been burning people.
He's been burning, and I really think that he will have at least, if he's healthy and doesn't miss like 3 games, I really believe he could have 800 yards this season. Sterling Shepard.
That means, do you think he's gonna have 800 and what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? And Darius Slayton is gonna have less than he had last year, or like the same?
I think he could have more. Since we got Kenny Galladay, Daniel Jones doesn't have to throw as much for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could then you have then you could actually put Darius Slayton more on the outside than in the inside.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Gallup. Remember when they brought up
You
what,
talking about Gallup of the Cowboys?
yes. Remember 2019 he had 1,000 yards. That's when the Cowboys signed Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Gallup couldn't do everything by himself. So I really believe Darius Slayton could have more than 700 yards. But the thing is, will Evan Ingram have a breakout year this year?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
think
don't
he
know.
could?
I don't know, honestly.
If he does bad, I wouldn't mind getting a tight end in the first round.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm ever gonna go tight end in the first round. It's just not my philosophy, to be honest with you.
To be honest, if we get a tight end in the draft, I want somebody just like Pat from Penn State, a good blocking tight
Frymuth,
end.
like so, basically a good all-around tight end then.
Yeah, somebody that could block and that could catch.
And by the way, guys, real quick, because they were asking for me to repost the fantasy link. 2 leagues are full now, both both ESPN and NFL Fantasy are full. So the only one that's open is Yahoo. I just posted it back in the chat and community notes. Also, what up, Miz? What's up, man?
Oh yeah, Miz. But yeah, I really believe that Darius Slayton will have a pretty good year this year. I believe that there's just something that I believe that Evan Ingram will have a good year this year.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing he has to do is just catch the ball. But the thing is, Jason Garrett wasn't using him right. Do you believe that? Do you agree with that?
That Jason Garrett wasn't using Evan Ingram, right?
Yeah.
That's hard to answer. Part of me wants to say yes, but the other part of me does say Evan Ingram also just wasn't
Doing his
that
part.
guy.
Yeah. But I'm going to hop off. Thank you for having me. Make sure you guys subscribe to Hub.
Hey, man, Zeke, thank you so much, man. Channel member, all around GOAT, bro. Thank you for coming on, boy.
Thank you.
Real quick, George or Jorge, whichever one it is pronounced, the Yahoo link is working now, I think, because it went from having nobody in the league to now 5 people are in the league, right? Once again, I posted it both in the chat and back on community notes. So we got around 4 people here. Miz says, can't wait, excited, love that, bro. I agree. Shows fire and passion. It also shows the brotherhood. It shows they're tired of losing as well. Shows they care. I'm with you there, Miz. I'm really with you there. He been waiting for a minute, man. What up, bro? How you doing?
What's up?
Gators fan up in here, bro.
Yeah, man, I might be a little too high on Kadarius Toney.
Oh, I just realized, Kadarius is a former Florida Gator. Yeah,
Dude,
how you feel about that, man?
I was jumping. I was screaming all around the house when he got picked because I wanted.
See, now that's a reaction, but I'd like to see.
See, I wanted Aziz, but
we still got him.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I really want Kadarius because I don't think he'll be there in the second round. Because I don't know.
You know, Krez, it's funny you say that because if you look at my 3rd mock draft video, I say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys know I want Aziz, but I went with O-line because I haven't done any O-line mocks. Yeah. And then in the second round, I was like, I really want Kadarius Toney. I don't think he'll be here, so I went with Elijah Moore. I'm right there with you, bro.
It was a roller coaster. I was at the park at the beginning when we were supposed to be picking. I saw, was it the Eagles that traded? No, the Bears. There we go. I was like, what are we doing? Because I wanted, what was that offensive lineman name?
Oh, Rashawn Slater?
Yeah, there we go. I wanted him. And then they traded up. I was like, no. And then we got Kadarius, so that made up.
And we got Kadarius, a future first, a future third, and Aziz, man.
Exactly. We set up our future with that, too. Because we got a future wide receiver, and if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, we got our quarterback, and if he does, we get a weapon, or we can use that to trade up or trade down and get more picks or players, whatever. So I think that was a great move by the Giants. I'm so ready to see Kadarius in the Giants uniform.
So since you're kind of so high on him, do you think he's gonna start, or you think, like I say, he's gonna be seeing special teams a lot?
The only reason I'd see him seeing special teams, I think our wide receivers room is already stacked, and I don't know if they'll try to rush him back in. I could see him being like a starter in like maybe like week 11ish. I think they'll wait a good bit because he's a rookie. We don't need a wide receiver starting one. So I feel like he'd be a great punt returner too because he was great at doing that with Florida.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite plays is there in the Kentucky game. They faked him out thinking the ball was going to this. He was on the other corner just sprinting. It was just great. I love this dude.
Nah,
And
this I
Kyle
could
Pitts.
tell, bro. This
Oh.
man's just talking and smiling so much about Kadarius,
I
man.
love him. And Kyle Pitts, I want him to be like an MVP, but not on week 3. I want him to be terrible week 3.
Week 3 is also the Eli jersey retirement game.
No, I'm so mad because like I want the comic book and I want that like bobblehead, but I'm in Georgia, so I'm not going into any New York games at home. And the Falcons are in New York this season, so it's kind of hard to go to.
So real quick, I gotta ask you, and by the way, no problem, Tony. We now have 7 people in the Yahoo League. I will say, so the ESPN League is full, the NFL Fantasy League is full. There's 3 spots in the Yahoo League left. For all 3 leagues, the winners of those leagues, I'll be giving away free merch to you guys. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely join. But it is just for fun. Somebody was asking earlier if I do money fantasy leagues. I don't really do it. I just do it for fun with you guys. I don't think I've ever done money fantasy leagues. But that's that on that. So as a guy that lives in Georgia, how'd you become a Gators and a Giants fan, man?
It's actually funny because my whole family diehard Georgia fans. I grew up a Georgia fan, and I was 8, and I realized I don't have to cheer for this team. So, of course, I kind of stepped back away from college football, just trying to pick teams. And I find the Florida, I'm like, it's so crazy. I was a Georgia fan, now I'm a Gator fan. So every time they play each other, it's like I'm the only one in the house that's a Gator fan. So I'm always getting bullied if they lose. So that's fun. And Giants, it was actually OBJ, 2016. I watched all of his highlights. I fell in love with him. Fell in love with the team, even though they were terrible. I'm always a big fan of rooting for underdogs. Because when I chose Florida, they were not that good. It was like 2016 I became more involved in football and stuff, like paying attention to it. And both of those teams are bad, but I always love being the underdog and just watching.
Oh, we're definitely the underdog.
I
this
love
season.
watching the franchise just build up to that like top team. And it's just like, it just feels so nice when they're good and winning games. Because you were.
How do you feel about the Giants right now? Because we were a team that's been building up for like 3-4 years now, I want to say.
Yeah, I might be a little too high on them. I could see them winning either. I think they win 10 games as minimum. 9 to 10 games is minimum. If they get anything below that, I'll kind of be disappointed. I could see them winning 13 games. I could see them winning 12.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, 13, that's a lot.
I feel like right now I see a more 11, 12. I'm not scared of the football team. I feel like we've had their number every year, so why is it changing this year?
So do you say we sweep them again?
I think we'll sweep them, and I think we'll just sweep the division. I'm not scared of the Cowboys.
We're sweeping everybody.
We should have beat them in Dallas last year. That was an emotional game too. We should have beat them last year in Dallas, but we didn't. We choked.
Nah, we didn't choke.
End.
The refs got involved.
Oh yeah,
they called back like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the fake field goal.
It was our highest scoring game, and they called back 2 touchdowns.
I actually picked the Giants as my NFL fantasy defense. I believe they'll be better, top 5 even.
I mean, we were top 10 last year.
I feel like the first 2 games, Broncos is gonna. I feel like it's gonna be one of those weird games, like 16 to like 23 or whatever. Those weird like field position games. Same with Washington. Then the Falcons, I think we beat. I think we beat them pretty easily. Like, I think our offense will be good, but they won't start showing that until about, I think, week 3. That's when they'll start doing explosive, fancy things. So I see us beating the Falcons. I see us losing to the Saints. I think it's tough to go into New Orleans. And the Saints aren't... I think they're not that bad. Because Drew Brees, he wasn't that good last year. Like, he's Drew Brees, so he's good. But I feel like Jameis will have a good year. I feel like he'll have a good year this year.
The
The only game I could see is I don't even see us getting blown out. I think every game will be close. Maybe the Rams will be embarrassing for us. Like the 49ers game last year.
Oh, Big Blue is saying they won't have Michael Thomas when we play the Saints.
Ooh, that's nice actually. Yeah, that gives me more confidence. I still think even without Michael Thomas, it's still tough to go on the road to the Saints and beat them. I think we have a shot against every team this year, though.
Mhm.
Like I don't think we win the Chiefs game, but I could see us giving.
I agree with you. I'll definitely say we have a shot with every team, and I think
I think we're respectable opponents.
The two most important games for me are we're going up against the two best teams in the Chiefs and the Bucks, because I think that's really going to show how we stack up with everybody.
I mean, last year we almost beat
them, yeah.
And we're a better team. And how many pieces did they add? They don't really have to add pieces, so I feel like we could give them a game, if not beat them. Those are 2 Monday night games as well, away, so we got extra preparation. I think we beat the Dolphins, especially with Xavier Howard probably not going to be there. I feel like beating Saints. No. I don't think we're losing to Washington.
Yeah, I guess me and Miz are like the only people that I don't know. I just got a feeling about week 2 in Washington.
I would rather lose to Saints than Washington. It would help us to win division, and it's just always fun to beat Washington, especially they're up on they're high on themselves this year, talking the talk. We got to smack them week 2, and they're home on Thursday Night Football. Everyone's going to be watching. I would love to see us come and just blow them out. That would be great. Let's see, and Bears. That's a team I'm gonna be a big.
No, we're all cheering for the Bears to get that number 1 overall pick.
I'm gonna be a huge hater. I honestly see them being very bad this year, unless Justin Fields comes out and does really well. I think we'll have a good year, and the Bears will have a bad year.
Do you have us losing any games right now, bro? So far?
Yes, I do. I'm not. Yeah, I have us Rams, Chiefs, Bucks, Chargers, or Dolphins. See, I'm not that high on the Dolphins. They're with Xavier Howard out. I feel like he'll give us
Lauren. Real quick pause.
More.
Lauren's in here from She Got Sports, guys. Well, first of all, there's a lot of great content creators in here, but you guys need to go check out Lauren from She Got Sports. Sub her up. She'll be on Young Guns tomorrow. It's been a minute since we had her on. Go check out Philly Insider Podcast. Go check out Alex from Big Blue in the Bronx. Go check out BPS. Miz as well has his own thing. Logan has his own thing. Like I said, there's a lot of great content creators in here, guys. Go check them out. But what up, Lauren? Back in here. Continue there, Cresley.
All right. The Dolphins, especially with Xavier Howard out, I feel like we can do even better. I feel like we are still going to give them a very hard fought game. It's going to be tough going to Miami. I don't know. That one's I'm very unsure about. I feel like we're very similar. But I definitely see us losing to Bucks, Chiefs, Rams. I see us losing to the Saints. I guess I'm kind of like you with the football team, but it's with the Saints with me. I don't know. It's just tough. I understand that we have to go to Thursday Night Football for Washington. I just don't see why we lose them. We beat them for how many years now?
5 games straight. So
yeah, 5 games straight. So
2 years of sweeps, and then the 18.
The Broncos, I could see us losing to the Broncos. It's week 1. But I think we will beat them. I think Bronco fans, they're getting on my nerves right now.
Mark, I think he has us at 12-5. Is that what you have with us? 12-5?
11, 12 wins, that area.
I have us 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah, see, anywhere 10 to 12. I feel like 9 and 8. That's what the outsiders I feel like are giving us. But
the outsiders are giving us 6 wins, bro.
Yeah, nobody ever believes in us. It's sad. It's very sad. The Panthers is going to be a fun game. I think that could be a fun game.
The Panthers will be fun just because I want to see how Darnold does in general this year.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Coming back to MetLife. Chargers, that's another game I'm kind of iffy about. It's on the road. We go to Miami, then we go all the way to LA. That's just tough, and where we have to play.
I'll say it is the two most realistic
Goodness
things
me.
here are surprisingly from a Philly fan and Dallas fan. 9 to 11, I could definitely see, and
Mhm.
between 0 and 17,
Oh,
I could definitely see as well.
yeah, yeah, anywhere between that. Oh, no, that's preseason. That we played the Browns in preseason. I
Hmm.
thought that was regular season. Yeah, but I see us around 11 wins. 12, 12, yeah, 11, 12. Maybe we'll pull off an upset, or maybe we'll just lose to a team we shouldn't lose to.
That always happens every year.
Yep,
We lose to a team that we don't
always.
lose. Yeah.
The Raiders is also another one I'm kind of curious about. I don't know how to feel about them. Josh Jacobs is good, but I feel like we'll shut him down pretty easily.
I really do want. I kind of want to switch real quick to what happened today. If there's
Oh
any thoughts
yeah,
you got on that?
yeah. Kenny Galladay, I'm kind of nervous about. I just don't like any. I don't care if it's minor. It's his hamstring. He's had history with that before, and like everyone said, it lingers. So that's a little worrying to me. I kind of like the fight. I don't like Daniel Jones being on the bottom though, but I kind of like how we're so passionate
Yeah.
about our team, the fans and the players, and we stick up for our guys. And at least they know they can't do that in games. Like half the press conferences says we can't do that in games. That'll lose us games.
Hmm.
So they know what's like what happens if they do that in a game, and they'll be disciplined in games. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
If not, Joe Judge is. Whew, I wouldn't want to be in that locker room. So
I mean, no, I agree with you, and I generally everybody that called in tonight also, agree with you. I'm
It's
right there with
football.
you. I like it. It's football,
Yeah.
exactly. Shows passion.
Mhm.
It shows, they're just there to protect each other. It shows a lot of things, in my opinion. Kreza, anything else before I pop you out, though, man?
Not really. Go Giants.
Go Giants. All right, then,
Yeah.
man. Thank you for popping in, man. Have a good one, bro.
Thank you.
Peace out. A big play slay as well. Thank you for tuning in. Miz, you said that you might be getting a ticket back to me. Let me know when you could get it back. We're like a week away, and I need to get it transferred back to me. Right now, it hasn't been done. Or if you need to contact me after stream, do that as well. If Calvin is still in here, Calvin, you still have yet to accept the transfer ticket to you. It says that you still need to claim it. With that being said, let me get Harrison quickly still on here because he popped back in. Harrison, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, man.
By the way, what's up, Lauren? How are you? You probably know who I am. But
Peace out,
anyway,
Philly, as well. The Philly Insider Podcast.
Oh yeah. So you know what? I agree with that Florida Gators fan. I do. But at the Gators fan, we kind of took Trask from him. So hopefully the Gators do well. But anyway, I'm sorry about the injury. I just saw your video. I feel your pain. I would feel the same way if one of our players got hurt like that. So at the Giants, I'm sorry that happens. Injuries do happen, but you know what? I do agree with everyone in the stream because the Giants can get wins. I know that, but it won't be against the Chiefs. I know that. To be honest, the Saints, I agree with them losing. Us, it's going to be close, but we come out with the win. So you know what? Maybe 10 or 11 wins. I have them going maybe 10. No offense, but I don't know. We have to see. But anyway, how are you feeling for this game coming up Thursday? Dallas against Pittsburgh. Like, how do you feel like Dak Prescott isn't in it, and Big Ben? Like, who do you think's gonna win that game with the two-star quarterbacks out?
Well, I gotta ask this. I'm be honest with you guys. I've never really watched a Hall of Fame game like that, so I'm not sure how much starters participate and how much they don't. Either way, because of the fact that they're missing, their two starting QBs, I'd say it completely depends on who has the better depth. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh, and I guess that's Giants bias coming in.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I hope they do. But anyway, Week 1's coming up September 9th, I think, for us. Thursday night game against Dallas. It's gonna be a great game. But you know what? For me, it's all about just spending in watching the games with my family, so it means a lot to me this upcoming preseason training camp and everything. But just one more thing before I get off, because I know there's other people. But just yeah, I hope to see you hopefully at a game in the future, because I don't really go to like games as much as other people, but you know what? When I do, it's special. So my last game, a matter of fact, was the Jets versus Patriots when Brady was a Patriot, and I never saw him as a Buccaneer, but I might get the chance to do so against the
This year?
Yeah, I think the Jets game I might go to, but who knows because of COVID. But anyway, Hug, stay safe. Thanks for having me, and go Giants, I guess.
Bet, man. Harrison, thank you for calling in, man. Have a good one, bro.
You're welcome.
Next up, we got Rick and then Alex to close out the night. These are the last two people in here. Rick, what's up, man? How you doing?
What up, bro? How you?
I'm good, man. Yes, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't have any cool questions or anything tonight. Sorry, bro.
All right, then cool, Rick. It was nice talking to you. All right, bro.
Happens, man.
Nah, it happens. It's all right. I know you've been busy too. You know what I mean? Real life happens.
I'm still finishing some stuff up, you know?
Yeah.
But I had to call in.
Real something is questionable.
Oh, not that. Like actual work stuff. That
okay.
I'll get to that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, my IG and my clothing. Reality is questionable, but
reality is questionable. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we should do a collab in the future.
That would be sick.
Reality is questionable. X the hub. I don't know what's gonna be. It's gonna be something.
Man, so today the fight, man.
Today was just interesting is the word I used to describe everything.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
The first person tonight to come on and say
I'll
that.
tell you why.
Yeah.
You know who started it?
Evan Ingram.
He thinks he's like, listen, like I've heard he's had a good camp, right? Like he's making a couple cool catches and stuff, but I don't like that he started it, you know? And I think it sounded like a cheap shot.
Yeah, no, it literally said that he went and he hit Logan in the back of the head.
So was Logan the guy? Logan wasn't the guy that had the hit on Corey Clement.
think Logan was the one that tackled Clement. Whatever it was, Ingram threw the first punch and it was into the back of the head of Logan Ryan.
I don't like that, you know? Like I think Evan Ingram, like that's why I don't like the fight.
Just because of Evan.
Because if Daniel Jones would have got hurt, and then it's Evan Ingram's fault.
I'll say this. Yeah, I didn't like that DJ ended up on the bottom. I mean, I like what the fight showed about the team, and that's what I like about it. Like everybody's been saying. But of course, yeah, DJ is a concern.
I would love to have seen.
Oh, there you go. Alex in here with the clutch. He said McKinney was the one that had the hit on Clement. Then Ingram hit McKinney, and Ryan hit Ingram. Okay, there you go.
McKinney is probably...
It was Logan with the cheap shot. So how does that change your opinion? Logan was the one with the cheap shot.
Oh, I knew someone on the defense had a cheap shot. I don't care about that because, you know, Evan Ingram, you know what I mean? But
Yo, Duke says Logan Ryan was letting Evan know about what he thought about his Pro Bowl selection.
Maybe that'll help him, you know, because I think a lot of us think that Evan Ingram's afraid of going in the middle and getting hit. So maybe it'll help him in the long run. He'll be like, oh, maybe that wasn't that bad, you know, cheap shot. But nah. I mean, I'm just kidding about it. I don't know what to think. I mean, we'll see how it affects the team, you know. I mean, they're grown men. I think that's the most important thing. If they're really mature and grown men, they'll learn from it and it won't have a big effect. I don't know about all this like, oh, it's a positive, but I think the one thing, if they really are mature and professionals, then they can move forward, you know? But we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
So you
would have loved to have video.
One thing I gotta ask you though is, so do you not see how it shows them defending each other? How that shows a bond? Or
I guess that's good. I guess that's kind of something I would expect. You know,
we didn't have it there a couple of years ago.
That's true. I guess I'm like not impressed by that. I feel like that's something that I feel like if you're really a team, then you should have that.
Is something expected for you?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm all impressed by that. I get what you're saying. Like a couple years ago, we didn't have that, but I guess I'm personally just not that impressed. I feel like it's much. I mean, it's much harder to control your emotions than to just throw fists. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
I mean, to that point, I think it was both DJ and Ryan that said, in the middle of the game, they know, and last call mentioned as well, they know not to do it. They know they have to control their emotions and mind in the middle of an actual game.
yeah, I don't know if they probably I don't. Yeah, I really hope they wouldn't have done that in a game, but who knows? You see that there was a hit on this guy in the Panthers got like somewhat. It wasn't like a fight or anything, but a wide receiver got hurt in the middle of a practice and he had to get carted off like on a stretcher.
No, I didn't.
And then they cut the guy that hit him. Something whack like that.
Was it like a serious injury? Was it a dirty hit or something?
They had to put the guy on the stretcher.
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. They had to cut him.
They cut not the guy that got hit, but the guy that hit him.
Yeah, the guy that hit him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to see. Maybe he broke protocol or something with hitting.
Yeah, maybe. But man, I can't wait. It's only like a month away, or a month and a couple weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait, man.
Are you gonna be a fan fest or no?
I'm not. I live on the west coast of the United States of America, so
Are we visiting? Yes, we are visiting the west coast of the United States of America this year for the season.
Yeah, for the season. Yeah, maybe I'll check that out. We'll see. But who are we playing? Because we're not playing the NFC West, are we? No, we played them last year.
AFC West.
AFC West. Okay.
Broncos, KC, Chargers, and Raiders.
Okay. That's gonna be interesting. I wonder how we'll do in that. How we'll go within that division.
Mm-hmm. Because it's gonna be an interesting division overall.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Chargers game. I think that'll be an interesting game. I think Justin Herbert. I think it was a fluke last year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna turn up. Like the defenses are gonna turn up, on him. So we'll see. But he's cool. He's such a dude. You know what I mean? I don't know how he would have fit on the Giants if we had him. Cause like.
Good question.
What's up?
I said good question because he was, if he came out in 2019, he was gonna be that dude that was drafted.
It's just funny. There was I think there was a quote, like Patrick Mahomes was like saying something about him. I don't know if it was like smack, like talking smack or whatever, but then Justin Herbert was like, "Hey, I think it's cool that Patrick Mahomes even knows who I am." That's so funny, dude. Like who?
Like, bro, you're playing his division though.
what grown man says that? That's such a. I mean, he's a dude.
Well, he's still fresh out of college, so.
That's true. What else is going on with Giant stuff? I know you had. I was watching you talk to a bunch of the calls. I want to bring up stuff that everyone's.
Yeah, like other than the stuff that happened today, not really too much, honestly.
Yeah.
Other than that.
But who on the Giants, man? Who on the Giants do you feel like could hold their own in a fight? Like who on the Giants feel like, okay, like if they're getting into a fight, I'm not even worried about it. Who's
Will Hernandez, I'm not worried about.
Who's the James Johnson?
Nick Gates, I'm not worried about. Those two.
Is that
all right?
Guy?
Huh?
Who's the guy in the NBA with the neck tattoos and he's like the enforcer? Is it James Johnson?
There is a James, but there's other people that comes to mind when I think enforcer, like like Steven Jackson and stuff.
I'm talking, yeah, but who's like ours? Like who's the Giants? Like right now?
There's a couple, in my opinion. Obviously Nick, obviously Will, so both on the O-line. I think Dexter Lawrence could hold himself in a fight just off of his sheer size and speed at that size. I don't think anybody messing with him.
If size is important, you taking Danny Shelton?
Not over Dexter. Dexter's like pure
Shelton's
muscle, bro.
Nice. Danny Shelton's too nice too.
That too. Joe Judge literally said every time he sees this man, he's smiling. We don't really got any goons on our team. If Jack Rabbit was still here, it would have been Jack Rabbit. Oh yeah, you know what? I'll take Jabril. Jabril definitely probably holds his own in a fight, I'd say.
That was funny. That's one of the funniest clips though. When I mean they weren't fighting, but when Kyler Murray was like talking to him and he's like saying that he was taller than Jabril, and Jabril's like, "Stop it, K1," like, and he was just smiling the whole time. But yeah, in a fight, I think I don't trust Logan Ryan in a fight, to be honest.
I don't trust any of our older guys.
James Bradbury in fight. Hell no.
Well, you know what? Maybe he's a silent killer, bro.
That'd be, maybe. I feel like Elijah Penny, maybe. You know, a little bulky dude like that.
I don't know about that.
Mike Glennon.
I'll trust Kadarius Toney just because he's from Florida.
Mike Glennon. Who's getting a hit on Mike Glennon with his giraffe neck?
That doesn't mean he can't fight back. That's just, installed defense.
That's true. But yeah, I don't know if we're not scrappy like that, like fighting wise.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man? I really wonder what the identity of this team is gonna be. This
Grit
year.
and grind.
What's that?
Grit and grind, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's more of a basketball term, but it honestly could be applied to any team sport. I think we're going to be a grit and grind team.
Yeah. I just like the leader. I could see some of the leaders being like that. I just can't see. Like Daniel Jones, I guess, is kind of like that. He doesn't have conventional swag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He has the locker room's respect for sure, though.
Do you feel like some of them are just saying that, though?
No, I don't think so. Because the guys that have said it are like guys we know to be the leaders, so to speak. Like Logan has now said it. Jabril has said it. Shep has said it. Even the guy that was angry at the Giants when he was cut, Kelvin Benjamin, said it. So I'll say that.
Like, it's tough. I guess if Shep says it,
remember, there's a difference between leadership and being good on the field.
That's true. That's a great point. But it's also like
you could be a great leader and still suck.
Like Udonis Haslam.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't know if he sucks.
He doesn't suck. He's just a role player.
Play.
Yeah.
That's a guy who could fight, bro.
Yeah. Rick, let me get your last thought, though, before I pop you off for Alex.
I said I was going to bring him out, so.
And by the way, Miz, because I think Alex could go late. Correct me if I'm wrong in private chat. Miz, if you need to go early, let me know, and I'll have you on before Alex. But both of y'all let me know if you got a time or anything. Let's see it. Reality is questionable. There is Rick's clothing brand, guys.
There's one. I got this.
All right. Are those mock-ups or are those actually available?
They're coming.
Nice.
Last one.
I think I like that one the best.
Thank you, man. But yeah,
because I like Worlds.
If you guys want to check it out, my Insta is Reality is Questionable. Give me a follow. Hub, appreciate you. I'll come back next time with the games and questions.
It also will be, I think, am I wrong? No, preseason is 2 weeks from now. But next time is going to be the day before FanFest. So, yeah.
Okay.
See you next week, Rick.
I think the draft, your draft is
Yes, I'm going to have to, my NFL fantasy draft is going to happen, and I'm going to set the ESPN one as well.
The ESPN one is set for Sunday.
Okay, bet.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Go
Peace.
Giants.
So last two people in here, we got Alex and then Miz. So Alex, welcome on, bro. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, Kush?
My favorite cereal, I got a couple tied up there. I got Fruity Pebbles. I got Reese's Puffs, Frosted Flakes. Those are probably my top three right there.
Well, I know Rick wanted to come up with like questions because that's what he usually does when he comes on here. But didn't you say, I think it was on Diggy Stream, that like cinnamon Toast Crunch is trash?
Yeah. I don't like the taste of cinnamon in my milk. Anybody who does, I think, is kind of weird, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What was I going to say, though, real quickly before we talk about some Giant stuff, what did you think about what the Knicks did?
Like I was saying earlier, like I got to look at it. When I think about it, right, it's like there was, two big guys in the entire free agency? Maybe three, and they kind of all went back to their teams. Like Kawhi's about to go back to the Clippers. Chris Paul went back to the Suns. Who was even the third big guy, to be honest with you? I didn't want to get Kyle Lowry. I didn't want to get DeMar DeRozan. And that left, in terms of big names, not much of an option.
Yeah.
So I like what the Knicks did because two of the players I really wanted back, we got back Rose and Noel. We still got back Burks. We got Evan Fournier. Was it a little bit of an overpay? Not too much. But like once again, you consider the market, who was available, and I like the fact that it's a tradable contract. Yeah, I think they did the best they could with what was available, in my opinion. I will say, you know what I'm saying? We see stuff like today, Kendrick Nunn signed with the Lakers. We offered him something. It came out that the Knicks did offer something to Kendrick Nunn. We offered something to Melo. They just went elsewhere. There were offers that just didn't go through. I think we improved for this season. I'm not sure by how much, but I do think we improved. I just hope that the season after we improve by a bigger margin than we did with this margin.
Well,
What up, word as well.
The Lakers are working on their next thing to become the next Nets. I don't know that it'll work, but
I wouldn't say the next Nets because they got more depth than the Knicks. The Nets are very top heavy.
Yes, you got a point there. Real quickly before I get into some Giant stuff, so about 2 years ago,
Hear me out. Raisin Bran is actually good. I won't say it's goated, but it's good. People give it a lot of crap. Raisin Bran is good. And this, you know why I say Raisin Bran is good? I used to go to public school. I don't know how many of y'all went to public school in NYC. I used to go there early a lot of times because if I missed a bus to go there, I would end up an hour late. But if I catch the bus on time, I end up like half an hour early. It's just how it worked. Don't question me. So I used to arrive school early, like for middle school and high school early, and I just get the free breakfast. And Raisin Bran was like 99% of the time the cereal I had if it wasn't Frosted Flakes. And I don't know if I got used to the taste, but Raisin Bran is not that bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Cush's behalf and on Cush's point, something you don't do in New York City, you don't rely on the MTA. Never, ever, just like plan an hour ahead because that's what I'm going to have to do tomorrow. I'll explain that process. But when I moved here, what was it, like 2 years ago, when I went to New York City schools, high schools, whatever, they didn't have cereal. They just had pancakes that they tasted grainy. Like pancake, you want a flavor, but obviously school pancakes, it's not great quality food. But 2 years ago, I took my brother to Giants training camp, and I also took him to that celebration day that was 2 days before the home opener. Needless to say, I will be getting him back tomorrow by waking up at 6:40 and going to Jets training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it has to be in the middle of nowhere. The Giants, it was easy. You just take the New Jersey Transit bus to MetLife and then walk down to the training center. Well, this one, you actually have to go to Penn Station, take the train. Then from there, you go to Convent Station, which is in Morristown. Then you have to friggin' either call an Uber or you can actually walk there. But it's rural New Jersey. And, I was discussing. And, of course, I'm doing most of the planning. He's not, even though it's his team.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, of course, it has to be your team that lives in the middle of nowhere. But
why isn't he doing the planning for his own team?
You know what? I don't even know anymore. But he is going to FanFest, and he's going to be the only Jet fan there, just like I'm going to be the only Giant fan at training.
Are you guys the same height?
He's taller than me by like an inch and a half, 2 inches.
Are you the same build? Is he bigger than you, smaller than you?
Not the same build, I would say.
You guys could fool us potentially because for those of you there's only 28 people in here right now that know he's taller than you. Well, 26 now, so.
Well, I mean, one's going to be wearing likely a Nick Mangold jersey. One's going to be wearing an Eli or Daniel Jones shirt. So it won't be too out of the ordinary unless we come and, have people just like mix us up on purpose and swap jerseys. But I'm not doing that because I don't want to wear the grimy Jet stuff.
You got a point. You got a point.
Yeah. It's also stupid that I'm trying to figure out the bag policy for tomorrow and only clear bags, and they're handing out Jets clear bags tomorrow. So I'm like, yeah, you're taking one, you're putting my stuff in there. I ain't touching that. But anyway, some Giants questions. What are your ideal running backs in the backfield other than Booker and Barkley to start the season?
Well, I'd only want to go in with 3 deep, and after that, it's between Morris for me because I mean honestly as a third option, as a third depth running back, I think he'll be fine, and he already has experience with us, and clearly the coaches like him to bring him back, right? And Gary Brightwell. I know Corey Clement is there. I know Corey brings swiftness, agile speed,
special teams
as well that the that only other Gary Brightwell offers special teams. You know what? Honestly, it's going to be between those three guys. I can't really pick one, but I think everybody knows it's going to be between those three guys.
I'm not dissing New Jersey. I'm just dissing the part where we.
Yeah,
have to
Minty
go
is like
tomorrow.
Morristown is valid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least from New York City, when you don't have a car, so you have to depend on transportation.
Yeah.
And wake up at 6:40 in the morning tomorrow. So anyway, what is your backable lineman? Because obviously your general starting five, I'm going to guess. Well, can't really say that because I don't know that Lemieux's going to be ready for week 1. Hopefully he is. I don't know that it's possible. Let's just say you have Thomas, Gates, Peart, Hernandez for week 1. Who are your backup guys besides Solder?
So we're not talking about Lemieux at all then? So because you listed 4 guys out of the 5.
Yeah, you could say Lemieux maybe starts week 1.
All right, so then my backups, Joe Looney, Jonathan Harrison, Nate Solder. How many spots do you want to have on the O-line? 8? So that would be that's already 8. Or do you think more?
Last year, if I'm not mistaken, the minimum a team could have in terms of offensive linemen active was, I think, 7 or 8. So I think in terms of predictions, which I'll go off this year, and I don't know if it was just because of COVID last year, but between 8 and 10 linemen maybe the Giants keep. I don't know, but I
listed 8. I'll put 2 more then. Let me put 2 more. I'll say Zach Fulton, and in terms of tackle,
Solder.
I already said Solder.
Oh,
so,
you did.
Yeah, he's in the 9 right now. So it'd be one more guy. I think we probably sign an undrafted free agent tackle.
Or you can get one off the waiver wire.
Or that, yeah.
Which nobody factors in, but there's Chad Slade, there's Jackson Barton, there's that guy.
That's
Jake
the guy,
Burton.
Jackson Barton, is who I was thinking about.
Yeah. I think he's getting work at the second team right tackle during camp, if I'm not mistaken. So that's that.
Yeah, Jackson Barton, he was the undrafted rookie we signed this year. I think he might be a good depth option as well.
That was Jake Burton. Jackson Barton's the guy we held over from last year, the former Kansas City Chief and Colt.
Yes, you're right. Jake Burton, Jackson Barton. Wow, why am I mixing them up? But yeah. We also have Brett Higgy, who's an inside guy that a lot of people like.
The guy from Florida, the center.
Yeah, a lot of people like him for some reason.
We'll see what happens. I think he's been taking some snaps at the right guard position on the second team. But what was I going to say? I'm just interested to see whether Solder or Peart, they rotate in week 1 of the preseason. Because I feel like, Judge just doesn't think that that's so complete yet because of Peart obviously being young and Peart coming off of the PUP list. So I don't know that they think he's healthy or whatnot yet, and they work him in. But
Good
I
night,
want to see if
Cresley.
they rotate. I want to see if they rotate.
Do you have any prediction on that? Do you
I think there's a possibility that happens because I just don't see for some reason, and it's not because of the contract or whatever. I think for some reason they will mix in Peart and Solder at right tackle, and then maybe have Solder as the left tackle on occasion, and maybe Peart at left tackle.
Do you think he's he has the ability to get back into football shape that quickly? Because it's only been a couple months.
I would like to say.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, of course. He went through many camps. He's in training camp right now. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, he may start week 1. I don't think he's in any position to do that, honestly. I don't think that should happen because other than the Lemieux injury, what I've been saying for the longest time is you got to let the kids play. You're never going to find a right combo if you don't let the kids play. So I think Judge knows that, even spanning from minicamp, basically with the starting 5 he had before Lemieux got hurt and everything. But I would say that Solder isn't necessarily in that much shape yet, but we'll see. Maybe he'll prove me wrong in terms of that. Another question, 2 more actually. Who are your? I think rosters across the league keep about 5 cornerbacks. You have Adoree and you have James. Who are your backup guys? I probably know 2 of them already, but I'm just trying to get your thoughts.
Okay. Can you repeat the question a bit?
5 cornerbacks. You have James and Adoree already starting. So you got to have 3 backups.
3 backups. So
Yeah.
you're talking specifically outside.
Corner overall.
All right, so I'll put Darnay in there, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aaron Robinson, Isaac Yadam. Are those the three?
Well, that's basic three, but I was thinking more of.
Do you want me to go deeper?
No, that's good. I was thinking more of Darius Williams, honestly, because like I know Yadam is a good depth corner, but Darius Williams, I think he has some special teams. He has some special teams qualities, and also he made that interception in practice against Clayton Torson. And I honestly think, just as a side note, that the Giants are only keeping 2 quarterbacks this year. Maybe it's different because of last year, the 16-man practice squad with the experienced guys. But I think it's just possible again. I think maybe a lot of teams, depending on how last year went, might just keep 2 quarterbacks rather than have 3 on the roster and 1 inactive every game. But I was thinking more towards Rodarius Williams, special teams, stuff like that. And
I would love to see Rodarius make the team, whether it's just special teams or actually like a legit backup. Because in my opinion, he shouldn't have gone as late as he went. That's just me, though.
In my personal opinion, I think he will make the roster because Joe Judge and the staff have that mentality of let's keep all of our rookies on the roster. Now, some of the guys from last year may not stay, like TJ Brunson. Obviously, probably pissed a lot of people off with the whole hit on whoever he hit in practice. I think that was Galladay or a couple of days ago. Anyway, but I would like to see how they position Julian Love. Do they see him as a safety? Do they see him as a hybrid? Do they see him as a corner? So I think that's going to depend on his roster spot. And who do you take as your backup wide receivers? You have Slayton, Tony, Shepard, and Galladay. You have those 4. And I think it was Diggy who said he's keeping 7 wide receivers.
Yeah, Diggy said he's keeping 7. I was like, that's a lot, man.
I would not keep. The most I would keep is 6. But who would be your ideal guys to back him up? Would it be 1 person, 2 people? What's your thoughts?
So
on
let me just. You listed 4 guys. Let me just go up to 6, which would be, I guess, 2 more, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say Dante Pettis is 1. Then it gets hard, right? Because it could be John Ross if they believe he could stay healthy. Then it could very well be John Ross. It could be 100% David Sills. Maybe this is he finally actually breaks through. He had a great training camp last year. He's repeating with another good training camp this year. Maybe they give him a chance. It could be CJ Board, who actually did play for us a little bit. And you know who I think was going to be, but he got injured? I thought it was going to be Austin Mack, but he got injured.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing with Pettis and the thing with what's his face, the guy David Sills, the thing with them is that they are still eligible for the practice squad. Austin Mackey's in his 2nd year, so he's still eligible, and you got David Sills, who came out of West Virginia in 2019, so this is his last year of eligibility. But I would like to see him make the roster. He had a big day today, actually. He did catch
He had a big training camp in general last year. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this is the year he comes through.
Yeah, and what was I going to say? Something I was reading up on in terms of my roster bubble stuff. I was doing a little research based on the wide receiver position, and CJ Board apparently. Now, obviously, I'm not a big special teams guy. Apparently, he was that main gunner last year on special teams, like an Antonio Hamilton or Cody Core, being that both of them were not on the roster. One being injured, one just caught. He was on the Chiefs. But it's going to be interesting to see how he fights his way back. Obviously, special teams being a big part of the game. So will it be John Ross or will it be somebody else or will it be Pettis who is the gunner this year? And I think that's going to be a big part. And I think they do need to see some improvement on special teams, whether it be kick returning, punt returning, or just special teams play overall, because we saw how that played last season.
No, I agree with you. And I'll say this. You were talking about Board specifically, right? And I think somebody that could potentially replace him with special teams. Let me take a look at our depth chart. If he doesn't make it, I think it could be. Ooh, what do you think about Alex Bachman? I forgot he was here.
I don't know necessarily about him being a gunner. I mean, I wouldn't put it past anyone who's a special teams guy. But I would stick to Board or any of the backup cornerbacks, possibly. But that's definitely a possibility. In terms of running backs for me, obviously last year they brought in John Jalapeno again, kind of like, just, try out the center position. I think for some reason I have an instinct feeling, they may keep him because of the familiarity due to last year's system. And he didn't do that bad. I just feel like he's going to get good. I think it's going to be Barkley, Booker, Clement, and Brightwell. And I think that's going to be it for that. And then you have Penny or Gillespie with the fullback position.
Mm-hmm. And what about Sandro Platzkummer?
Well, he does give you an exemption, but I don't think he's staying.
Yeah. How many fullbacks do you think we're rolling with?
Just one. One?
So how many running backs? Do you think we're running with any technical fullbacks? Is this year we drop it, or are we still running with a fullback?
No, I mean, in camp, obviously, it's a drill thing. A lot of little teams use the fullback position anymore, but
we're like one of what, 3, maybe 4, I think.
The Steelers use Derek Watt, but I don't even know if he's used all that much. Mainly just the special teams. Even though it was like
us, the 3 teams that come to mind: us, Steelers, and San Fran. I don't know if there's another one.
Actually, now that I think about Baltimore, Patrick Ricard.
There you go. Yeah. So I was like, it was like 4 teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're all really good fullbacks, but what was I going to say? I saw him practice. I was watching Giants training camp. He was on YouTube channel or MSG. There were, Jones and Glennon were passing the fullbacks. And I'm like, obviously, that's just receiving drill, but I think the Giants still believe in that old fullback mentality. So I think it eventually will be Penny, but Gillespie is very good on special teams from what I hear.
Mm-hmm. Colin Gillespie, that was the whole reason we signed him, which was, I think, to replace Eli Penny in the first place.
Penny's still here.
Did Eli Penny make the roster last year, though?
He did.
He did, all right.
Here.
And he's still here.
Yeah.
And then there's also Nate Ebner, another special teams guy that we signed to replace Mike Thomas. So I like Mike Thomas a lot. So if we were talking about special teams for a minute, what do you think about Ebner? Does he make back the squad?
Well, he's not even signed right now, which I don't know.
He's in the Olympics, I think.
He's in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Doing whatever he's doing.
Good night. Oh yeah, it's getting late. Hold up. Yeah, let's wrap this up actually. And then Miz is still back there.
Yeah.
My bad. I just realized.
Yeah. Real quickly, it's gonna, in my opinion, even though they like versatility in the defensive backfield, I think Ebner's, if he gets signed and makes the roster, I think he's gonna kick somebody out. But once again, Hub, thanks for having me on, man. As usual, guys, check out my channel. And once again, Hub, thanks for having me on.
No problem, guys. Check them out. Boys in the Big Apple, Monday night, right? Monday night.
Well, this week and next week, it's Friday nights. It happens on my channel. It's a podcast live show. And then we'll be returning to Mondays the week after the Giants play the Jets.
Which is what week?
I was going to say, it's not next week, but the week after.
So the 23rd is the next Monday for you guys then?
Let's see, the 14th. It's the 16th to the 17th. That Monday we'll return to.
Okay then. Okay,
Mondays.
bet. Okay, so 2 weeks from now. All right, bet.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, have a good one, bro.
Peace out, guys.
And then finally, last but certainly not least, Miz, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I know you impatient back there. I see you.
I was just watching some TV or whatever. I wanted to take down the email so I could make sure you get that back to get it to somebody.
For sure. You know what? Let me.
I wanted to go, but I have to head down to Florida tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to be here.
I just put it in the private chat of StreamYard. So let me know if you see it in the private chat.
Private chat? All right. Yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it now or I'll wait?
It's up to you.
I also could get your number. I have Ash's number, so I could get your number and text you also.
Yeah, for sure. Let me put that in there as well. There it is. I'm good, man. What you think about the stuff that happened today before we close out this stream here?
I see it. All right. You know what? Here. Text me when we get off, all right?
All right, sure.
I'm giving you the number right now.
Cool.
All right. Let me get back over here. Yeah. Nothing. I like that we had a brawl, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems with it. Some old school football, man. Some passion, like I said earlier. It's been 5 years of losing, and I think the team is sick of it. And I think the management is sick of it too, and I think they're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a lot of confidence that Joe Judge knows what he's doing. So
I have a lot of confidence in the team. Like, I think you'd probably agree with me when I said I like the passion, I like the bond it shows. I've said it all night tonight. The only negative, if there is where I'd agree with Rick, where he was like, he doesn't like that Danny ended up on the bottom of the dog pile. Obviously, you never want your quarterback to end up in that position. He could get injured. But even then, I like that Daniel got involved. You know, he said, I'm part of the team. I'm not separate from them.
yeah, he said he was sticking up for his offensive guys. So hey, nothing wrong with that. Listen, Jones is a big guy. He's not some small little, you know.
Yeah, is he 6'4", 6'5", and now he's like 230, and a good amount of that is muscle.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. He's big too. He's not, you know, so it's not. That's another thing. I think you were talking about earlier about him being a leader or respected by the other players. And listen, Joe Judge holds him so high that every player on his team knows who the face of this team is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and whether they like it or not, that's just how it's gonna be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because the coaching staff's really high on this guy. So is the GM. So if you have your GM, your coach, your owner,
Basically
behind
everybody.
the quarterback, then the whole team's gonna have to, you know, who's going against it.
And like I was saying, the guys that we heard speak out on him are team leaders, you know. So I trust that, you know, they're just not saying it for the sake of saying it.
No, I think I have high expectations for Daniel Jones this year. I'm not just saying this because he's the Giants quarterback. I feel that this guy has done everything to get better, and the team has given him the weapons now. So I expect him to have a really – listen, he doesn't have to be a Pro Bowler, but I expect him to have a good winning year.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am. There's only one number. There's only one stat that matters. Go get those wins, man. Go get us 10 wins this year. You know, put us in the playoffs, a wild card. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, and you stamped yourself as the quarterback here for a long time. And that's what we want, because we have 2 picks in the first round next year, and I'd rather not use them on a quarterback.
Exactly.
You know, right? You want to get another big defensive end and maybe another real good offensive lineman if you could, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Keep building in the trenches.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
if everything breaks right, that means Danny performs. That means the offense is good. That means the O-line is good enough, and then we potentially add another good guy from the O-line in the draft. Like, it just continues to build well.
What happened with Raider from Kansas City? Nobody signed him yet.
Nobody signed him yet. He's still out there. He has a meeting with the Giants this week, I think.
I think that would be a really good pickup.
So if we get him, would you shift Gates to guard?
Shift Gates over to guard, which was his original position, right? Growing up. So
he played right guard for us in 2019, I think.
So if you get a real center here, and you can put him back at guard, all you did was strengthen this O-line. Right? So why not do it? Why not do it? And we all know that we need another O-lineman. There aren't many out there. But if you could grab this guy out of nowhere, somehow he fell to us. And we have a starting center who's, by the way, played in the last 2 Super Bowls. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
So the experience he has, I've heard.
I will say this. The Gates is a starting center. What Ryder brings to us isn't necessarily him playing center. What he brings to us is us plugging the guard with Gates more so than him playing center.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. So you're gaining a strong guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you grab this guy as a center, and you know, it's nothing personal. Like a lot of fans, like, no, Nick Gates has to be the center because he was there last year. Man, it's not personal like that, man. It's anything you could do to make this line stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that if there's a hole on this team, if there's a worry on the team, it's the O-line.
My whole thing, though, is if they're really serious about bringing Ryder in, they need to do it as soon as possible because he needs to get that snapping chemistry with DJ. That's one thing Gates will always have over him unless they get him in here soon, like very soon. There's only a month and a half until the season starts.
Yeah, I thought it would be yesterday or today. I heard also the Rams and Cincinnati are interested in him. So, so hey, we'll see what happens,
And of course, we got Mike and Logan in chat saying he could play guard as well, Ryder.
Yeah, so, I mean, either way, you're strengthening the team. If it's not out of reach financially, bring him in, man, because we didn't get an O-lineman in the draft, and we would all feel a lot more comfortable if we brought in one more piece. Another thing is I noticed, because you were talking about the receivers just now with Bronx. You know what? Ross is having a real good training camp. I've noticed. The guy's playing really well. He's catching everything, and his mouth is shut. So I see him making the team, definitely.
For me, it's not even about him making the team. It's just about him staying on the field when he does make the team already. That's always been his biggest problem, just injury.
Another thing is, over the months that I'm one of the few people that's been pounding Ingram, and he's having a hell of a training camp.
He is. But to be fair, Ingram always has a good offseason, though. Which offseason have we been in where he doesn't have a good offseason?
But he just looks different this time, man. He looks like he's I've never seen him in this type of shape. He just looks so good, man. He's so trim and cut up. And he just looks like he has something to prove. And if he just plays with that anger, with a chip on his shoulder, he's going to have a big-time year. Because he's the guy who's going to be open more than anyone. You watch. He's going to be open.
He's going to be open more than anyone. But in my opinion, and I've said it as well, Ingram's going to have a better year than last year. It's because he's going to be like the 4th or 5th target. He's no longer that guy where it's like you have to pass it to him. Last year, he was the number 1 target. So he's going to be open just because he's going to be lower on the target list.
Hey, I take it. But once he gets going, I just feel he's going to have a really good year. And, of course, we hope so also. But, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully Holiday doesn't sound like it's too serious, but,
Yeah. But, Miz, I'm going to have to end it, though. It's getting on to 12, man. I head to bed. You have my number now. I just texted you, by the way.
All right, I'm going to text you, and I'm going to get that back to you now.
Yeah, and I got you the email. Thank you for calling in, though, bro. Love talking to you.
All right.
And love having you guys on. Shots everybody in here. I'm really too tired to say everybody's name. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with me. 2 hours, 22 minutes, and counting. You guys are great. That's it for now. I'm out. See you tomorrow for Young Guns.